Welcome to the 2020 NFL Draft. You're watching Draft Lounge Home Edition, presented by Bud Light Seltzer. Kick back and join Panthers legends Jake Delhomme, Jordan Gross, and Jonathan Stewart to get their take on night one of the NFL Draft. Now, here's your host, Kristen Balboni.
All right, you heard the man with the deep voice. This is the Draft Lounge Home Edition. I am Kristen, and I have got three Panthers legends right here with me, Jake Delhomme, Jordan Gross, and Jonathan Stewart. Guys, I can't believe it's here. It's finally here. We actually have something resembling sports on our TVs tonight. How are we all feeling?
Oh, good.
I'm feeling great. Ready to go. Excited.
I was surprised. I was excited today to know there was actually a sporting event I had to pay attention to the start time of. Yes. There hasn't been anything live for so long. I almost had to. I had to set an alarm to make sure I was prepared because there's been, up until this point in time, there's been no schedule for 6 weeks straight in my personal life either. So this is a big deal for me. I even shaved, put on a collared shirt, my party shirt for this draft party.
Yeah, I'm wearing jeans. I don't know why. I got so excited that we were going to do something semi-formal. Now I'm regretting that because we're going to be doing this for the entire draft. I might have to go change into PJs at some point, but we are going to be here for the entire first round. I'm excited. Jake, I know you're with me on loving the draft, right? Because neither one of us had that experience. But how do you guys feel about it? Jonathan, do you like the draft, on a normal basis?
This is my first time actually paying this close attention to the draft. And for many reasons. One, because we're doing this tonight. And I figured, let's look at what's going on out there in the draft world. And the other, this is like an actual event, as far as what's going on in the world right now. We have an opportunity right now to give, some entertainment to people that are longing for it and, some excitement. It's just something to look forward to. So we're in some real interesting times. So it's just an honor to be able to do this tonight, especially with, guys like Jake and Jordan. So, and yourself, one man.
And all the special guests we got coming on. We got some really good ones coming up. Jordan, where do you fall on the draft?
I always watch it. I enjoy it. Later in the draft, sorry to all the late rounders. I usually lose me after about the third round, but I love watching the first round. I love, especially the top tackles, offensive linemen. I'll track that, and obviously the names you've heard of and who the Panthers are drafting. But it's always I love the excitement, and we'll do that today. I know that you're going to talk about our mock drafts that we've all done, our competition there, but we seeing where the surprises are, the shakeups, and then during the draft, all the reflection as well, where they go back and talk about former picks that were the pick I was picked or other times, in draft history. And you don't realize how much time's flown by until you see going back to the 2005 draft, the 2010 draft. It's just a huge part of NFL history, and it's a fun time to be a part of it.
There's something special about, that there are guys right now whose lives are about to change. Where they live, who their friends are going to be, where, not to mention all of the stuff that goes on with their careers. So I just can't get enough of it. Now, usually I'm laying on my couch watching and crying, when you have a really good story, but we're going to be here for the entire time. I don't know, hour 4, that might happen at a certain point, but Jake, you're with me, right? You love it.
I love it because it was never a part of my life. I wasn't lucky like Jonathan and Jordan to be picked in the top 10, let alone.
I don't think that's not luck, Jake. You can't just say luck. That's offensive.
I was 13th pick.
Right.
Top 10.
It's not just luck, Jake. We flipped a coin. They don't flip a coin should we pick Delhomme or Gross? Gross, top 10. Fine.
Okay.
Come on.
Kristen's talking to me. The first rounders had their time. And I love the draft. Always did like the draft as a young kid. I'm a sports junkie. I enjoy that. And just wanted to be drafted. So every year I would make out a draft card and I would give it to either Jackie Miles or Don Toner, whoever. Jackie's the older equipment manager, and then Donnie's now the head equipment manager, because they would be in New York and they're the ones on the headphones writing down the card. And I would just say, hey, 7th round, just draft me. I just want to get my ego stroked just a little bit. That never happened. So, I didn't get those lucky signing bonuses like the signing bonus babies.
The luck.
Look at this guy right here.
How about that? Look at that form and technique.
That's why you didn't get drafted, is because that's what you looked like in uniform right there, bud.
All 175 pounds of me as a senior.
I love it. So Jordan, you mentioned this. You guys are going to have like a little contest throughout the draft. So Jordan, this was your idea. You said that you could do mock drafts.
Yes.
I have 3 of your mock drafts right here, and we are going to keep track and see at the end of it who is the most right. And the way we're going to do it, just because we know there's going to be trades, is that if you get the pick number right, we're going to count it as right, not the team. So that's how we're going to do it. And I got to say, I mean, Jonathan, for someone who doesn't normally watch the draft, you really got into this. I mean, you went through it. You got some trades in here.
I spent 4 hours yesterday just in the nitty gritty. I was really trying to figure out what people are thinking, but it's really hard.
So are we establishing the fact that we can just go ahead and lie on here? Because that's all Stewart has. That's the only thing that's coming out of his mouth is lies.
No, I did not.
Just be honest, Stu. Be honest like me. Say that you cut and pasted your mock draft from a source.
I think we.
I cut and paste.
I looked at several other mock drafts, and then I actually went to the team's like needs and all those types of things.
No, you did.
Yes, I did. I looked up some articles about trade rumors, and I tried to make sense of things, and that's what you got. Don't be hating.
I went to the first. I scrolled through different websites, and the mock draft that I agreed with mostly, I went ahead and just said, "This is my mock draft." See yours right there. See mine is a direct cut and paste that I agreed with. And if it goes well, I'll give credit to who I stole it from.
Have you done this before?
Plagiarized? Yes.
No. Have you ever mock drafted before?
Do you guys know, without looking, who you have going to the Panthers at 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that pick. That was one of the reasons I went with this plagiarism.
All right, Jordan, you've got Isaiah Simmons. Jake, you've got Derrick Brown. Those are, of course, the 2 that are being talked about a lot. And then Jonathan's also got Isaiah Simmons. You think we're gonna see one of those 2 guys end up in Carolina tonight?
I'm getting worried about Brown being there. I'm not sure he's gonna be available.
I championed hard a couple of years ago for Shaq as well, Shaq Thompson. Mm-hmm. And at that point in time, his highlights, if you remember, he was playing some running back, he was playing safety, he was playing linebacker, and people were saying, well, what position is he? Maybe, they knew he was a great athlete. I said, you can never have too much diversity and speed on defense. And that's the exact same thing I'm saying about Isaiah Simmons. So similar to Brown, I don't know if he'll be there. Some people have him going higher than 7. Some people have him going lower. So who knows? But I hope I get it right, because I just want to beat these guys, especially off of a plagiarized draft board. That would be great. Because Jake spent a minimum of 3 hours on this. Minimum.
And
Jake,
what?
is that true?
You said 4?
No.
Yeah, I spent about 4.
Listen.
And an hour of it was like typing it out. This was the beginning stage.
That's your war room right there.
This is my war room. This is my war room.
I love it.
No, I spent many, many, many more hours than you guys. It took me 30 minutes to type it in last night, but I'm a nerd. I'm a football junkie. I'm a nerd. I listen to podcasts. I enjoy. I like football. I like it.
I do too, but I was glad when Jordan proposed the contest that you guys didn't make me do one, because mock drafts are hard. They are hard. Like
not if you just go cut and paste, Kristen. It's all right there. Okay.
So you were the one that wanted to do this, Jordan. We never decided what the winner's going to get. Like, if you win, besides bragging rights?
Right.
We have like a trophy. I think maybe we should get a trophy made or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I win, I want a horse, Jake.
You got it. I haven't named one after you, Stewie.
Yeah,
I need to do that.
That's what I meant. Like, I want a horse named after me.
What's his name? Jonathan? That's not a good horse name.
Name him Stewie. And
I like
Stewie comes into the corner and he cuts him up and he's gone down.
If you name a horse Stewie, it's going to have to be one muscular son of a gun to live up to you.
I'm thinking more initials like DNP for did not practice, because you practices than anybody I've ever been around in my life.
Yeah.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was on a lot of what you call those things when fantasy players, the gray area as far as
questionable.
Yeah, questionable. Right? I was questionable for a lot of games when I played in a lot of games. So
bad ankles, that's the problem. They couldn't. Your ankles were not built to withstand the amount of torque your gigantic legs could produce.
We drafted you in a walking boot. I believe you were in a walking boot when we drafted you.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Hey Stewie,
it was discouraging.
I knew. I had a feeling in October of that year, of the year prior. You got drafted in 2008, so October 2007 had a pretty good idea the Panthers were drafting you. How about that?
Really?
I'm on IR. I'm on IR, Tommy John surgery, and it was a Saturday morning, or maybe it was a Friday morning. So I'm in there getting treatment, and Marty, came in dressed dapper like Marty Herney usually dresses. And I knew he was going to watch you guys, whoever y'all were playing. And I was just questioning about the different players. And he didn't want to give it away, but he said, man, Oregon's got a running back. Might come out early. He's a difference maker. He's special. And I just say that. So
that would have been good to know. Thanks for letting me know, Jake. You could have shot me a mail or something, or email or something. Or
I probably could have.
Hey, Jonathan, if this is Jake Delhomme, you don't watch the NFL draft, so you've probably never heard of me. We're drafting you. Whatever, Jake.
Hey,
that's
Jordan. I sure hope we show some footage of you preparing for the draft. And whenever
Did you watch it? Did you watch that?
Yes, I watched it, and I watched the press conference with you and Dana. And you always said you obviously had no friends as a rookie in the NFL because no one told you to let your hair grow out.
The video is impressive. I feel like first of all, Panthers.com, Stu did one, which was excellent as well. Stu, they did my draft journey. Yeah. And it was Steve and you and I, Luke. Was Luke I can't remember. But excellent. They did a great job with production and everything. But you got to check out a former version of myself.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, cool.
Busy man.
Wow. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm ready to get this thing started.
Yeah.
The house?
So are we.
I am. I'm at the house right now.
Hey, give us a tour, man.
Give a tour of this place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got a little stuff. That's what we got off the plane, So my wife and I's degrees got a bunch of different things, and so my wife did a great job getting this set up.
Good stuff.
Coach, you changed from when I talked to you earlier. You got the full draft suit going on now.
Yeah, I felt like it, at least for the first round, I want to respect the process and respect the draft. So you'll find out I'm not very much a sport coat type of guy, but I had to at least do it for one night.
Yeah. Coach, I don't know if you can see right here. We got Luke Combs joining us. Not only an incredible singer, but a huge Panthers fan. He did the video for when Jake and Jordan got inducted into the Hall of Honor.
Oh, that's unbelievable! And Luke Combs is one of the best of the best.
No kidding.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Can I just do this first here? My commemorative.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Nice.
Look at
yes.
Dude, that's good stuff right there.
Jake.
that. That's awesome.
Now,
All
Luke,
right,
did
Coach,
you have that really
very-
sitting there, or did you bring it out for a special occasion?
Well, it's actually sits on top of the liquor cabinet, but it's about 20 feet from here.
Luke, what you drinking tonight?
Man, I'm doing water right now. I
Okay.
actually got a little bit of I got to do a concert in about 20 minutes. 30
Okay,
minutes.
I gotta keep that
After
voice
this.
right.
Well,
Now
Coach,
I'm ready
Coach, how are you feeling about everything? You said you're ready to go?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We've worked really hard, and the scouts and have been working for a year on it. So, I think tonight should just be a lot of fun. No matter what happens, no matter who's there, what we take, we know we're going to get a great player and just as good a person too. So,
You ready to let us know? We won't tell anybody who it's going to be.
if I knew, I would tell you. There's a lot of crazy things are going to happen for us. I think this will be a dramatic night because not as many leaks maybe as normal because everyone's been at home, and so I think all of us are trying to keep our ear to the ground and just wait and see what happens.
Oh, I don't know.
Are there nerves? Do you have nerves right now? Like it's pregame for a game, or is it just kind of you're just salivating to see who you can take?
You know what? My son asked me that earlier. Like before a game, like my neck gets tight. Like I can, like you feel it in your body. Like that's how I felt all day. That I woke up today, kind of like it was like a game today. So I'm truly excited.
That's good.
You can never go wrong with a tackle, Coach. Just draft a tackle, you'll be fine. All right.
I love it.
I wonder how you're going to feel when it's over if it's after a game. Like you're either going to be just exhausted or still so hyped up that you won't be able to sleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, as soon as it's over, we got to get started on tomorrow because a lot of as a lot of people pay attention to that first round pick, but you build your team with guys that come tomorrow and the guys that come Saturday and even after that. And so we want to be a really, really competitive roster. So we need to get guys in here that are the right guys and that can help us. So we've got to do a great job over the next 3 days.
Did the entire family dress up or just you? I know you got your son in there tonight. No.
My son he actually threw a collared shirt on for the first time since quarantine and a pair of shorts. So he
Coach,
tried.
what was your pre-draft meal?
I had pasta and meatballs. So I'm Italian. Yeah, I'm carved up, ready to go. So
yeah.
All right. So Luke, if you have a show in a little bit, what's your pre-show meal?
Man, nothing. Because you just get burpy, dude, if you start. If I'm being honest with you, So, I mean, it's like the thing with beer. It's like you can only have 1 or 2 during the show, or you're going to be fighting all night. You know what I mean?
Good advice. We should have probably heard that before we started on our Bud Light seltzers. This could get bad by hour 4.
Extra carbonation in the beer. It's bad.
I'm going to head out. I'm ready for this draft. Thank you, guys.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank
you.
Good
luck.
Luke, I saw Greg Olson retweet your version of the dance you put on Twitter the other day.
Oh,
you sounded awesome, but knowing Olson, you probably made his whole day by doing that. I mean, he loves that kind of stuff, and I know he's a fan of yours. That was beautiful.
Man, that's it's always crazy. I was born in Charlotte. I remember meeting Sam Mills at a Burger King when I was 6 years old.
Nice.
And that was like the coolest thing ever. I still have the picture and like the ball he signed for me and everything. It's just crazy, to be able to have like what little bit of a connection that I have is pretty cool.
Luke, I'm the same way. I grew up a Panthers fan, and so now to have a job as the team reporter, it's so cool. It's so surreal. I never thought I would be doing this right now on draft night. But I just want to say for everyone, we are going to go off social media in a minute, but we are still going to be on Panthers.com and the Panthers app as the draft is about to get started. So stay with us. We are going to be here. Luke's going to stick around for a little bit. So just know that if you're watching on social media, you can join us over on Panthers.com. So Luke, what's the setup for how you're watching tonight? This is a pretty cool room you're in down there.
And I got a 84-inch TV over here. That's probably gonna be the draft central for me.
I think it's gotta be central for anything, right? I mean, you never watch anything on a smaller TV after that.
Yeah, you can't. The Call of Duty chair is very close to the television. You can probably see it. So, it's hard to go back. Once you go 84, you can't get a 65,
Lucas,
like 40.
Tiny TV.
Right. Lucas, the guy with the beard, Jonathan Stewart, says he's been trying to grow out a beard. Give us a rundown. What do you think?
Dude, listen, I got poor genetics. So this is it. This is just what it is.
Yeah. I
There's
love
no
it.
shaving involved.
Yeah.
There's no grooming involved.
Yeah.
This is just it grew in Amish pretty much.
That's great.
What chances do I have
of being Amish?
Not much.
Not much.
How long have you been growing it, Stewie?
I want to say since like December.
Okay.
November.
Dude, you're good.
So
you're gonna get there.
So you knew that the virus was in the U.S. earlier than everyone else because you started growing the quarantine beard back then.
Well, no, I did not. Actually. I wish I had that intel.
Yeah.
And I would have been able to, yeah.
So Luke,
All right, Luke.
go ahead.
I got a question, Luke.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in you. You could have easily told Matt Rule who you wanted us to draft tonight, and you didn't.
Yeah. Man, it's been a whirlwind of an off season,
Yeah.
to say the least.
That's a good way to put it.
Listen, I've had this conspiracy theory ever since Joe Brady hopped on board, and I'm not hopping off of it yet.
What's this theory?
This theory is blockbuster move up to 1, baby. That's what I'm talking
Really?
about.
Whoa.
That's the theory.
They got 15 minutes, Luke. They got to make it happen.
Whoa.
Listen, crazier things have happened, guys.
I can see that.
I mean,
It would screw up my mock draft.
Coach Rule did say. Coach Rule did say that there's a lot of crazy things that are going to happen before our
he did
pick.
say that.
And he did have a sport
hopped off.
coat on, which means he's not messing around.
And he hopped off.
It's a little early to get a sport coat on if we don't draft till the 7th pick.
Do you know what? I think
We just did it. We bursted it.
Yeah,
Told
right.
the whole world.
Exactly. Insider. If your music career doesn't work out, you could be an NFL insider, I think.
Absolutely. I could dig up dirt on folks. You know what I mean?
Just blackmail nonstop. We already went over earlier before you got on. I plagiarized my whole mock draft, so I'm not above doing dirty things either.
Yeah,
We
but
can
Who do you guys think we're going to get realistically, though?
Clemson linebacker.
I said Isaiah Simmons from
Yeah,
Clemson.
two of them think Isaiah Simmons and then Derrick Brown. Jake, that was yours, right?
I thought it was Brown until today, and I think the draft starts at 3. I think Detroit, and I don't know where it goes from there. So, and I'm not so sure Brown's going to be available. I got in a text argument with Wesley Walls this morning.
How do you get in a text argument?
Lots of swear words. I've been one with him.
Wait, is that all caps? Did you go all caps? Was it that kind of argument?
So I get a text this morning from Wesley because there's an article in the paper, a few of us who we would take. And I said, Brown. And Wesley sends me a text. Are you kidding me? You're taking a defensive lineman? And I said, you're the only idiot to pick a wide receiver. And I said, you complained. I didn't play with you, but the word is you complained if a pass wasn't thrown to you every single time. And so we're going to draft a receiver that's not going to throw to a tight end. And he responded back, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. That wasn't a good pick on my part. So started early today, but I think Derrick Brown's the pick. I hope. We'll see.
That's honestly what I've been thinking is Brown. Honestly, I mean, realistically, I can't get off the conspiracy theory quite yet, but
Listen, you just came in and dropped a bomb, Luke.
You came and dropped the bomb. If that happens, good for you, man.
Luke, what would you be happy with them having to give up, though? Like if they had one pick and none others in the rest of the draft to get up 6 spots, would you be happy with that?
So you're saying if we had no other picks?
Well, no, I'm saying like to move up to 1, you have to sell the farm, right?
Right. That's the only thing that's killing me is like there's not really much that I feel like you could do. Well, you can't get rid of McCaffrey. Come on, we just signed the guy to the biggest contract ever. You know,
you can't get rid of him ever.
No.
But like I said, cardiac cats, guys. I've been there. I've
Heavy emphasis on it. Well,
I've shed many a tears. All 3 of you guys have caused many tears to well out of these eyes right here.
If 1 or 2 of them was of joy, hopefully, because I know there was a lot that were just anguish.
There's lots of joy.
Anguish.
Hey, I promise you, none of you have gotten booed out of Panther Stadium like I have. So let's just get that straight, okay?
I mean,
Luke was up there booing too. Oh, get the heck out of here!
Get him out of here!
Right?
I was a part of that 2-14 season.
Yeah,
I wasn't that good. That was
I know you
But that got us Cam Newton, which wasn't a bad deal. You know, you got to give some downs to have some ups, man.
That is true.
True.
Well, Luke,
That's
I
very
know
true.
you got a role here. We're going to let you go watch the draft. But first, thank you for coming on, first of all. Second of all, thank you for blowing our minds with that wild prediction. We're going to see if it actually happens here in a little bit.
Let's see.
Hey, Luke, we can make some music later, man. I got the keys right here and everything.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in. All right,
All I
guys.
ask is that you guys film it.
Luke, thanks again. Really appreciate it. I know the fans are loving it, and we love all your Panther gear you have on. We really appreciate it.
Rock on. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
so much. This was awesome.
You.
Well, you're mentioning the booze. So Bud Light is actually doing something pretty cool as Scott Avett joins us, and he's connecting to audio. So they're doing something pretty cool. If you use the hashtag #BooTheCommish, they're donating a bunch of money to the draft-a-thon. So they're actually encouraging it, and Goodell is in on it.
That's awesome.
Yes, but we have got Scott Avett joining us right now. How's it going?
It's great. How about you?
We're good. We're good. So
Scott, we're having Jake Delhomme told us Peyton Manning was coming on earlier, and he stood him up. So I was like, I got to come through on my pick, man. It's the NFL.
Wow.
I can't mess my pick up. So thank you, friend. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
How's life going for you? Being off the road and home, and I mean, obviously the draft, everything's messed up, man. How's it for you?
Yeah, well, touring and work life is totally messed up. It's totally screwed up. But you know, it helped me step back and realize that I had jammed way too much into a spring. So you know, Seth and I live right near each other, so we're able to still write and play together. So in a way, it's you know, it's a good spring, a good chance to be home and work on other things.
Did you ever watch the draft at all? Is this the first time in years you've had any free time to even look at it? What's it like for you?
Well, you know, on the road, hotel time there's a lot of TV time, so you get to watch some things like this. I actually studied up a little bit and watched your draft journey just before this. I was like, I got to figure out what's going on here.
What did you think we were talking about it earlier. What did you think of, like, I mean, I know it was a different time, but like the hair, the clothes, the everything.
What I looked like at 22. Yeah.
Jordan is a whole different.
That laugh.
He was so
I feel like Jordan's gone through like 3 different phases since I've met him.
But see, this is what's great. So Scott, everybody on the screen has never been a big fat guy except for me. So when I retired, I could go have this whole new look. The rest of you guys, you already looked your best. There's nowhere to go but down, man.
You're so right.
Right.
So right.
Wow, you're pale, man.
You know what? Jake earlier said I got lucky to get drafted in the top 10. When you look that good, it just happens. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, we need that guy. If for nothing else, we need him for marketing purposes. You know?
Marketing purposes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Just in case,
No surprise. Joe Burrow, number 1
yes.
overall.
Breaking
I'm marking all of your
news.
Scott, we're doing mock drafts. They're competing against each other. So I'm marking down that they all got that one right. We'll see how the rest of it goes.
And as an artist,
Well,
Scott, I'm embarrassed to say this to you, but I did plagiarize my whole mock draft off of a website source.
No,
So
I wish I had the
that's
name
what I was
up.
going to do.
Someone tweeted me, now we know how Jordan got through college.
Exactly. I was a communication major, man. I'm still using my degree tonight. Come on.
Songwriting. This is songwriting. It's just plagiarism. Just really good. That's all.
Oh,
Okay, that's a great question. So every week, whenever I was playing a long time ago, you look at the touchdown reel from the week before. We filter it out, so I look at the touchdown reel, and if ever there was something that we liked, we stole it and we used it. And one of the best plays in Panther history was X-Clown. We beat St. Louis and that was stolen from the Cincinnati Bengals. We watched Chad Johnson and Carson Palmer run it.
Oh.
How much stealing is going on in music? Yeah,
Oh,
Scott.
I mean, come on. I that's all I do. That's all I've ever done. I feel for my own brother.
Hey,
Well, that at least works out, right? That one works.
Yeah.
I heard something one time. I think it was someone. It was maybe Mark Ronson giving like a TED talk. He said that it's impossible. And Sui, I'd love your input on this too. They're like, it's almost impossible to make anything original in music anymore, just because there's been so much that's out there, and you're always kind of taking and adapting from someone, whether you mean to or not.
You know what? I try not to get too dialed into what's out there. If I have a great idea, I know if I Google it, likely I'm going to find that it's already been done. So a lot of times I'll just ignore it and go, I know I'm stealing this from somebody. I just don't know who. But it's not original. It's a total gift. It's a total privilege to be able to do it. And, sports, football is the same. I mean, the creativity that's involved, same thing. It's totally the same thing in so many ways. It's beautiful.
Scott, if you ever need a pianist, I know you're talented and everybody that you're related to is talented, but Jonathan Stewart is an amazing piano player, self-taught.
Really?
Self-taught. Yeah. Look at what he's got one right in front of him. He's sitting at a piano right now. I had to brag him
up. I'm in my music studio right now.
Oh my God, I love it.
Are we gonna get something at some point? We're all trying.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, play the piano. Let's go. Let's hear it. Make it original. It needs to be original.
That's right. We're listening.
He's playing that silent piano at the end there.
You got to show him that you have nice touch.
Awesome.
Right, exactly.
This, man. No, but for real, Scott, we should actually get creative, man, and start making some music.
We should, man. It'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm down.
You guys,
I like people who are self-taught. And
yeah, I don't know anything about music. What school?
Right.
Me neither.
I'll
tell
Scott,
you, I've taken it all my life.
Scott, the Boise show is still on, right? July is not canceled yet.
So far. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We were supposed to be there next 2 weeks from now. You were supposed to be out here.
I know. Well, what do you guys think about sports and concerts are going to be a tough sell, right? So I really don't know. There's really a lot of unknowns about it.
It seems to me like the NFL, and I know I'm biased because it's my sport, but it seems like the NFL would be the one that they would push to find a way. I mean, there's such few games, and if football's messed up, everything's off, and not to take away from concerts, but you could reschedule. But the football schedule is like ingrained in America. I mean, they'll do what's right.
Football draws more people than concerts.
Right.
So really, I mean, it's you're right. It's ingrained in more people's lives for sure. I don't know.
The rescheduling of everything, man. I mean, that's had to have been a headache.
For our booking agent, it has been. For our booking agent, we still got hope though that there'll be some sort of 2020 that will happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't know. Right now we're set to be back in July, and a lot can change. A lot can change in a month or 2 weeks. So we'll just watch. But the arc of this, there's none of us are gonna be any different or be the same as we were after this happened. Like this is changing everything.
Yeah,
right.
It's nice to have something like this tonight, even though we're all like we can't be together. At least we're getting. It feels we haven't done something like this. We watched a sporting event of any kind for a long time. It's like almost a little bit like normal tonight, which is the fun part. A little bit of normalcy and everything going on.
Yeah. I couldn't believe I was watching the 2008 Celtics Lakers last night. I was like, this is great. It was like a brand new game of it. But what am I watching this for?
Exactly. Well, Scott, I'll have my fingers crossed, man. You make it out here in July. Appreciate you coming on. It's awesome to have you. I know as a North Carolina guy, the fans of the Panthers are fans of yours as well. So
wait, I have one question before.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jordan, I think it's on your Twitter bio. He says you're an aspiring Renaissance man. I've heard Scott described as a Renaissance man. So with you two being friends, who's more of the Renaissance man between the two?
I can't. I'd have to go with Scott because he can play so many damn instruments. It's just so cool. I mean, that would trump most anything.
Well, have you guys eaten Jordan's vegetables?
No, I'm waiting on my package to in the mail at some point.
Look, I'm going to say that the best. I mean, that sounds like a code for something. Y'all you guys eat Jordan's vegetables or what? But they're the best vegetables on the road anywhere we had ever eaten. Just incredible, flavorful, fresh. They were so nourishing, incredible. I mean, these vegetables are worth this praise. I'm telling you.
Well, you make me feel good, man. That's why you only come to
do that.
You only don't come to her in the winter. I won't have anything for you, like some old potatoes or something. That won't be good.
Nah.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. It's such an exciting time for all young men and women. It's incredible. So
thank you so much for coming on with us. This was
thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, I heard we have a very special guest joining us. There is Steph Curry. What's up?
What's up, Steph? How you doing, man?
I'm hanging out on the West Coast, just watching this right along with y'all, watching y'all for a little bit.
How you feel about the pick?
You like? Where's Dale? First of all, where's Dale?
Is Dale supposed to? He said he was supposed to be here. He's only on time for basketball games and golf. So yeah, I'm gonna track him down. I spent a lot of time researching the draft. I think I probably spent maybe 5 more minutes than Jay Stu did. And so
wait,
hey, bro, hey, I was so focused yesterday. I was like, man, I'm about to kill him with these. Like, I got the trade, and then nothing happened. Ghost.
Hey, just sorry to butt in, but Jordan, you went to the restroom. I got the last pick right with Isaiah Simmons and the 7th pick. And then the 9th pick just happened. Jacksonville picked C.J. Henderson out of Florida, and I had that right again. So just to let y'all know, Steph.
So what we're learning here, Steph, I proposed that we do our own mock drafts and have a challenge. And then I went ahead and just did a cut and paste off of a mock draft I found online. And I'm getting my butt kicked by Jake, who gave up most of his whole week to this dang thing. So take what you want from that, man.
It's working out. I'm glad.
No. My best moment, Steph, memory of you and the Panthers is after we beat the Niners. Do you remember this? Beat the Niners at Candlestick. Yeah. Were you in the locker room after? You were more fired up than anybody on the Panthers. It was awesome.
I pissed off the whole Bay Area when I showed up in y'all's locker room. They're like, "Who you with?" Like,
I know. I was like, "That's pretty sweet," because I know all these Niners fans love him. This is gutsy right here.
Hey, Steph, I got a question. Have you seen my pictures of me in your jersey?
I've seen, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you see it. I'm over here repping hard, baby.
100%, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm out here.
Is it guns out?
Guns out.
Yeah.
I even got a professional Panther photo during the time where you do the whole when we come back for training camp or OTAs.
Oh yeah, come down to Wofford.
And I had the jersey in the locker. I said, "Hey, yo, shoot me a professional basketball jersey photo. Like I'm about to do a game." You know.
I gotta see that somewhere.
Steph, we were talking about these guys that would have been at the draft normally. You know, it was supposed to be in Vegas on the Strip this year. How big of a change it is for them sitting at home watching this. I mean, and trying to relate that to the moment you're drafted. Stu said, as soon as you're drafted, where you're sitting at that moment doesn't really matter as much. What was the draft like for you?
It was wild. I mean, I was in New York. Coincidence, I was the 7th pick too. So, I knew I was like in a top 10 situation. So it was gonna be within that first hour. I was nervous the entire time. Obviously, the whole like build up to going to Madison Square Garden, being in the green room, we call it, and all that. Like it was an amazing experience. So I do feel for this class that doesn't get that, like the hoopla and the hype and just like that moment of years and years and years of work paying off. But I doubt they'll be thinking about it come training camp when you show up. It's as long as you got the people, hopefully they got the people around them to celebrate.
How many people did you get to have with you at Madison Square Garden?
I had 6 at the table. My parents, my now wife, sister, and my head coach. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Solid tight-knit group.
That's the thing too, is like, I think the one thing that these guys at least get to have is like their whole families. You know, it looks like all of them have their families around them. Whereas if you're in, you know, one of the, it doesn't make up for getting to have that moment if you want to have it, but it does look like they're surrounded, you know, by their loved ones, as many as can make it, you know, safely, which I think is really good.
All right, did anybody get this one right?
Yes, I did.
My plagiarized draft is off once again, damn it.
Oh, man.
You're really not going to give that person any credit.
Yeah,
No.
I got it. Jedrick Willis, Alabama. So who they get rid of? What are you talking about, Stuart?
We just picked up the Jets receiver.
Yeah, Anderson. Right.
Cleveland just picked Jonathan.
Jets.
Yes.
Yeah, they're next.
Steph, excuse Jonathan. It's the first draft.
Well, here's what happens.
That was
Steph. This is sponsored by Bud Light Seltzer, and Stu, being a lightweight, he's had a half of a Bud Light Seltzer, and he can't even make sentences now.
Black cherry is good. Black cherry is good.
Exactly.
Steph, I got an important question for you. So, they keep pounding drum. Did you actually think you were going to swing that hard and try to bust it?
The 2 times I did it, like the first time at Bank of America, the second time at out here at the Levi Stadium for Super Bowl. The Super Bowl one, I actually tried to put a hole in it. The first one, they were like, the guys that were kind of prepping me, they're like, you can't swing hard enough, just go after it. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm feeling like the stick. I'm like, I can do some damage. I'm gonna just pace myself. But you get out there, you feel that adrenaline rush. Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
What's one of your favorite? Hey, Steph, what's one of your favorite Panther moments of all time? You being the Charlotte native. It can be draft, it can be games, it can be whatever it is that's special to you.
I'm gonna say that's a great question. I mean, low key, when y'all came out here and played the Niners during the regular season that one time, that was because of Jordan, what you said, like the hype, like the build up before. I told him I was going to the game the week before, and that was like the first time I was representing my hometown, my team, representing the face of the Bay. So like it was a little drama there. Other than that, was probably is that Arizona? Steve Smith? No, sorry, that was the Rams.
Yeah,
St. Louis.
Yeah. When he caught the game-winning touchdown right down the middle, I was at home watching it with my high school friends and just going nuts. Like that was on the way.
Yeah, being a high schooler in Charlotte at that point, you had to have thought Steve was just sweet.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy because I grew up like idolizing him, loving everything about him, his energy and all that. Then when my second year in the league, we moved back to like Waxhaw and got a house in the same neighborhood. So I was living like right across the street from him. I see him in his full full sweatsuits. I think he had like 2 or 3 sweatsuits on at one time right before training camp started, out running in the neighborhood. And it's like just kind of crazy just watching him on the field, then seeing him prepare and all that type of stuff. He's one of a kind. We all know that. So.
Well, if he's your neighbor, you better not put your garbage can on his lawn because he'll cuss you out. I don't care how many MVPs he won, man.
Close enough, far enough away where I ain't getting in his way, for sure.
Golly. We were teammates in college as well, and that guy, like, I was teammates with him for 13 years, and he never ceased to amaze me, man. Like, his triggers, his switch.
He had it.
Thank God he liked me, because if that guy didn't like you, oh my gosh. I mean, it would have been a miserable time.
Steph, did you ever play football?
I did. I played
position. What position? I gotta know.
J. Stu, baby. I was
we are shaking them.
Yeah, shaking them.
Running them over. Yeah.
I was a running back from 9 to 11. And then I got hit in practice one time. I was scrawny, like undersized, but I had pretty good foot speed, so I could the whole open, I could get through there. And in practice, our linebacker was like the beast. He was like the dude that was 4 years older physically, but the same age as us. The hole opened up in practice one time, and I saw daylight, and then I didn't.
I wonder.
Night.
I wonder if that guy knows that was such like a formative. Like, I wonder if that guy thinks about that. Like, I just on Steph Curry that pushed him towards basketball 100%. Like,
every time that you have like the old school collage of like where I came from, that those pictures pop up. It's like me in the South Park Falcons. I'm sitting there with my helmet. I'm sure he sees us wherever he's at. I'm sure he watches that. Like, that was the last time he wore that jersey.
I lit him up.
So as I'm looking here, we're grading everything, but I'm looking at the three beards: Jordan, Jonathan, and Steph. Who has the best beard? Let's see.
It's not Jonathan.
It's not Stu.
No.
Hey, what you talking about?
That.
Hey, Steph.
Like, Stu, you look like you're.
Steph, how long did it take you to grow your beard?
It took me 26 years, and then once I got this is about 7 months.
I would say mine's just scruff.
I got some time.
Yeah, you got
no. Stu, you look like you were trimming your beard and it started acting erratic, and you just left the trimmers.
Quarantine. Let him try some things out. But what I want to know, because Jake brought it up, like, Jake, what kind of action can you get beard wise? If you're talking about not.
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Wow.
Can't do it. Don't like it. And, I'm not that guy. According to Jordan, I have to wear, a collared polo shirt.
It would not go great with the collared polo. I would say that. That's for sure.
No, look, Steph got the Keep Pounding shirt on. And you have a Rubik's Cube in your hand?
I do.
Is that a Rubik's Cube?
So since I've been in quarantine, right, like every week I got like this weird like niche craft or skill I'm trying to learn. And I love all y'all, and I'm enjoying the conversation, but I'm literally in the middle of trying to figure out this freaking situation.
If you can figure out the Rubik's Cube while you're talking to us, I'm just going to really hate you.
On the show?
We keep this interview going for like 5 more minutes. I might get there by the end of this, so just stick with me.
I've never been able to
focus.
What are the other
layers? I'm working. I'm almost.
As you know, I plagiarize things, so I was more take the stickers off the Rubik's Cube kind of guy and just put them back on the right sides. That's what I would do. I'd be like, Dad, I did it again. Here it is. Hey, mix it up all you want. I'll do it again.
So Steph, like, I'm a little confused about something your dad and I spoke about last week.
Yes.
He said that you had to put a basketball goal up at your house last week.
Luke's here, guys.
You didn't have one before.
There we go.
So
What's up, Luke?
What's up, guys?
We're asking Steph. Word is Steph had to put a basketball goal up at his house like a week or two ago, and he didn't have one. And I just got to know if that's true or not. I mean, really?
It's true. I mean, I'm a huge golfer, so I got more golf equipment here than I got basketball. So like, I was set up more for like a comeback to the PGA Tour than I was to maintain myself for an NBA season. I had to go on Amazon and order one of them little Spalding joints that you can put up. You just got to put water in the base, and it's up now.
Nice.
I made it just in time.
Okay, all right. So is it the grab and push up and down for the height? Is that the one you got?
I got the wrench. I got the.
Okay.
Nice.
So what height is it right now?
9.
Don't lie.
It's 9 feet 10 inches. I can't get to 10.
Do you have the little ramp where the ball can bounce back to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are only good when people make the shot a lot. Okay, so Steph doesn't.
It's the
he's like me. It's just a brick every time, and then those are no good. Luke, we're doing mock drafts. Okay.
Okay.
I plagiarized mine off the internet, and see all these lines that are crossed out. That's how good I'm doing.
Did anybody right? Did you get the Panthers one right?
No, I started 3-0, and I've lost 8 in a row since.
Well, who did
Luke, I would have gotten all of them right, but I was trying to be creative.
Hey, Luke,
Derrick Brown.
Steph is doing a Rubik's Cube. I got money that Luke Kuechly would whoop your ass in a Rubik's Cube competition, Steph.
Down, left, up, right, down. That's the last one right there.
Yeah.
That was one of my training camp activities. One of my training camp activities during probably 2 or 3 years ago was to solve a Rubik's Cube. Me, David Mayo, and Jared Norris.
always tried to figure out who could solve the Rubik's Cube the fastest. That was one of my training camp activities.
Do you got a magic trick for us?
Oh my gosh, you want me to do it? I can't do it right here, Stu.
Wait, you do magic?
I thought magic was magic anyway.
No, so Luke does Rubik's Cubes and Steph Curry does Rubik's Cubes, and I would just do stupid pranks on my teammates, and there's maybe a correlation between career success and your activities in free time.
I don't know. Stu's laughing at those pranks because he knows how funny they were.
They were good, but I sure wasn't doing Rubik's Cubes. Maybe I should have been. Jeez.
Well, maybe I should have been doing pranks instead of Rubik's Cubes and been around my teammates a little more.
Hey, Steph, how's the locker room for like in the NBA? Do you guys play pranks on each other, or like is it all business, or like what's it like?
For the most part, like my first 2 years, it was mostly business. Then we
meet everybody all the time.
Yeah, we needed more rookies though. So I had a weird experience. I was the only rookie my rookie year, and then the next year we didn't have any rookies. So it wasn't like usually the rookie hazing and like all the stuff that you pull, it stems from them and then it kind of grows from there. We didn't have any young guys, so everybody kind of left each other alone. Then we had like 4 guys come in, like Draymond, Clay, Harrison Barnes, and all those guys, and that's where it started to pick up. So putting rookies' cars on blocks, the whole popcorn bar, hide people's phones in the ceilings, like all that type of stuff. We were all about it. So
did you get it really bad because you were the only rookie?
Actually, no. That's the interesting part. They left me alone because I earned the starting spot after my training camp and the preseason. So I think we were really trying to win, so they didn't want me to have to exert any extra energy. So I appreciate them for that. But I picked up some stuff to give it back to the rookies now.
Luke, where are we at on the magic trick, Luke?
The magic trick?
Steph.
Put me on the spot here.
Yeah, he's struggling. So Luke.
Uh-oh, Jake's got a Rubik's
I'm sorry.
Cube now.
So let's see. Steph, you have to take the icy hot or the biofreeze, whatever it is.
And you
got to get your man. Yes, y'all do that. That's the greatest.
I'm sorry, because my brother pulled that on me when I was 13, and I ain't never recovered from that.
No, the best one was when Siri came out, and we could we broke into our buddy's phone, and then put our number as his wife. So then we were getting him to text us like dirty pictures. We said we were wanting him to send dirty pictures of himself. This was Piggy. Like in the locker room right before practice. So we're texting
I didn't hear about this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Go ahead.
No, the Siri one was a different one. But this one, we broke into his phone and we put our number as his wife, right? So when he would get a text from us, it would say, sweetie or whatever. Yep. So we're in the locker room getting ready for practice at training camp, and we're texting him, and then like, ooh, baby, I'm all excited. And send me a picture. And so he gets, so we're texting this to him. He's sitting like 3 chairs over, and we're trying not to laugh. It's me and Khalil. So he gets up and he goes into the bathroom, the stall at Wofford, and does like a smoochy face in the stall, and then comes back and he sends it to us.
Oh my God.
And he came back, and then we put it up in meetings that night, I think. For everybody. We did that to you though once too, Stu. I know.
You guys are talking about moving my car or something like that, because
right. Again, not Rubik's Cube.
Mean Gene Brown.
Yep, exactly. No.
How's the Rubik's Cube going, Steph?
That's why I'm being real. I'm just listening. If you got any more questions, I'm all down. I got some time.
I just want to know how it's going. Are we getting close?
I'm not leaving this chat till I finish it. So it's
all right.
You guys are talking about doing it fast. Like Luke was like, oh yeah, who can do it the fastest? I've never in my life been able to complete a Rubik's Cube without just like wanting to throw it out the window. Like I cannot do it.
Well, speed, our fastest was a relative term. We got it done in a couple minutes. We were happy. It took a little while, but we had all training camp.
A day.
We had all training camp to worry about it, so we took it in steps. So we had it all figured out by the end of training camp. But now I forget it past like the 3rd step. So can't really help you out, Steph.
Wait, is Jake doing his too? I think Are you?
Like I've been stuck here for a little bit. I need some help.
All right.
What stage are you on?
Are there?
Yeah. I just passed the second layer, so I'm cruising right now.
Luke, what's your life like these days? The big just so you know how people feel about you still, big reward for tuning in was a Luke Kuechly autographed jersey, and it was a hit. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. How's life for you these days, buddy?
It's pretty good. It's slowed down quite a bit. A lot of cooking going on right now.
What are we cooking?
I got a sous vide for my birthday last year from Shannon, and it's been good. We've gotten ossobuco, we've done salmon, we've done some potatoes, we did some steak. What else did we do? I'm working on eggs tomorrow. I've never done eggs in the sous vide, so I'm gonna try that as well tomorrow. That'll be my breakfast in the morning.
So we're pro sous vide. My husband wants to get one, but we weren't
pro
sure.
sous vide, big time.
Okay.
Big time.
It's good to hear that since you're retired from football, you've really gotten wild.
Oh yeah, crazy. Like there's not a whole lot I can do that's crazy right now. The craziest thing I can do is go out in public.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Eggs?
Okay, let's get some serious talk here. Let's talk a little football there, Luke. So what do you think of the pick, Derrick Brown?
I loved it. I remember back in 2013, it was my second year. We drafted Star and KK 1 and 2. And that was like the greatest thing ever for me because, you know, as a backer, the best thing you want in front of you are two big guys. And now I think Shaq's going to be super excited about them bringing him in. I actually met Derrick Brown this offseason at an event. He's big. He's a super good dude, but he fits the build as a defensive tackle. Big, long, physical. I'm excited for it. I think he's going to do a good job.
Oh, Steph, did you get it?
We locked in, baby. We got it.
Go.
Completely done.
Hey, boy, you a genius.
So wait, how long did it take you?
How's Jake's going?
I think Steph only had
concentrating.
You have like other ones like laying there.
Yeah, I think Steph only had like 2 steps to go, and he just was fiddling with it the whole time, so he could do a reveal at the end.
Like 6 of them.
Better feeling in the world right there. I know you know that's one of them.
And now you just have to leave it like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm just like you, Kristen. Like
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Well, Steph, what did you think of the pick? We never even got around to that.
I know we're trying to shore up the defense. It's pretty good. I know. I think there was some talk about it was a Simmons that went right after Derrick. It's pretty good town to pick from. So
yeah, you couldn't go wrong.
Now,
that's what you said.
I don't know if y'all watching the TV, but I've never seen this. Ruggs just got picked by the Raiders, and he is wearing an Old Spice robe.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't have this TV.
That might be the best fashion we've seen so far, right? I like that.
I just pray to God he got money for that, and that's just not a life choice. You know?
It looks comfortable.
I don't know though. Yeah, it's like Jake and I are wearing jeans, right? Like maybe he's got it going. Like I think that's a way smarter decision than dressing up for 2 hours, which is what
he might want to be a Motar if you haven't seen that commercial.
You guys remember when we had we put all the money up for our staff to do the 40-yard dash tournament? JC Felder came out in a boxer's robe.
I wasn't there for that one. Bro.
Oh God!
Okay.
Yeah, were you here
That's
for that?
What y'all need to start doing. Steph, do y'all do things like that? We put up money, and the two security guys.
No, we did a whole tournament. Any staff member could race in the 40. We had a whole tournament bracket for a champion of Panthers staff in the 40.
Who won, Gross?
Reggie Scott, who's the head trainer for the Rams now.
Yep.
What is his 40 time?
It was probably like a 4.8. It was pretty fast. But we had old men doing it. Old men security guards running the 40. One of them fell down.
That's terrible. That is terrible that you put up money for that. That's not right.
They didn't have to do it. It was an open tournament. You know, it was like anybody. So then we created a bracket. So like old guy against old guy. So it was even. And then they raced. One of them fell down though. It was scary for a minute, but he got it.
How was the hamstring situation during that race?
I think Brian Porter, if I remember right, Brian Porter popped a hammy.
Oh my goodness.
JC Felder popped the calf. You don't remember? The
Yeah.
49ers the 49ers just traded the pick to the Buccaneers. So
First
just to let y'all know.
Thanks. Clock restart.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
All right. That's it. That's
I'm trying to be the Luke. I'm trying to
Jordan,
be
who
the
started
adult in
the
the
big
room.
tournament?
Huh?
Who
Pick
started
me.
the big tournament?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Man, that was a good
Hey,
tradition.
I gotta ask questions since we got some people that know him. I need any good Greg Allman stories that you got.
Oh, Greg Allman. Yes.
Greg Allman. Why is that? Why do you need Greg stories?
We were in he was in my graduating class at Charlotte Christian.
Was he really?
I did not know that.
Yeah. I need that's my guy.
He plays
the thing, I could give you a couple. And real quick, his nickname is DW. I can't say what it means.
So he's the number 2 equipment guy now for the Panthers, for people that don't know.
Yes. And what I loved about Greg is that Coach Jim Skipper, our longtime running back coach, you know, Stewie had him. Stewie's mentor, Hubba also.
Hubba.
Well, so in training camp, you have different drills that you'll go through. And if your arm gets fatigued, a lot of times, sometimes you're going to go to the running backs to do handoffs. So every third or fourth practice, I would go do the handoffs. Well, Coach Skippy thought his name was Craig and not Greg. And so Skippy would say, and he was designated to the running backs. And so sure enough, I get there and I like to tease a little bit. And so Coach Skippy goes, hey, Craig, get those balls over here, bring them over here. And he looked at me, Greg Allman looked at me and like shook his head, and I looked at him. I said, Craig, hurry up, man.
Bro, that's no lie.
So, yes, exactly.
That's no lie, because I thought his name was Craig for like 2 years. I thought his name was Craig for 2 years. And then one time we were like out and about outside of football, and he finally decided to tell me, hey, it's not Craig, it's Craig.
We always used to throw our towels on his head when he was first in there, and because we had a towel bin where we had to like throw our towels after he showered, and he'd be in there and we'd throw, and then we'd get him, like we'd go get fresh towels and get them nasty wet, and then like throw them on him. So people ask you for charity stuff, right? Can you get Peppers to sign this or Luke? So I didn't ever want to go ask the guys because I was lazy plus embarrassed. So I'd be like, Allman, here, I'll give you, $20. Go get this football signed by these guys. Okay, cool. So after a day of me throwing towels on his head, he went up, he's like, hey, Julius, we signed this for Jordan Gross? Yes. Hey, Steve Smith, we signed this for Jordan Gross. He's over there. He paid me $20 to do this. Thanks, Jordan. So then I really hit the piss out of him with some towels after that.
Guys, poor
and
Greg,
that's the thing.
He's getting texted about it right now from someone.
He's a good dude.
But that's the thing. We can all talk about Steph's still playing. The rest of us were has-beens, including Luke. But that's what you miss the most about the locker room. I mean, you miss those times. You miss those just interactions you have where we're just overgrown kids playing a child sport that we were looking up to play. Those are the things that you miss.
Hey, Khalil says he's getting on, and he's got a mustache to unveil to the world. So, yeah, it's coming. And then he could judge your horrible beard, Stu. All right,
man, don't worry about it. I'm out here.
I sent him the link, so give it a minute. He said he'd be on.
He'll have some good stories as well.
So he's coming on. The Buccaneers just traded with the Niners, and they selected Tristan Wirfs, the tackle from Iowa, to block for Tom Brady so he can throw the ball to those animals.
This guy's combine was absolutely bonkers. He had like didn't he have a 38-inch vertical or something at 320? I mean, just nuts. There's a video of this guy jumping out of a swimming pool.
Who, the worst guy?
Yeah, in a pool at waist high, and he jumped out of it.
Wow.
I know, that's absurd.
Who has the highest vert on this Zoom right here?
Please don't say it's me, because ain't no way.
I don't know. Keith.
Guys, I think we all know
Luke can jump, y'all.
It's me.
I don't know. I think you got me, Stu.
Yeah, it's Kristen.
It's me.
Okay,
What is the numbers? I'll look it up. Go ahead.
I had a 37.5 vert, but that was with a toe that needed surgery.
Yeah, I thought you were higher than that.
You have needed surgery since the 6th grade on every part of your body, so you can just throw that out.
True. Been out here. Hey, remember, Steph? Remember when we was in where we was at? Audrey.
Look, they're showing it on TV. They're showing it on TV right now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
Yeah, he jumped up out of there.
That's insane.
That is insane. Luke, you were 38-inch vertical at the combine.
Ooh.
I got you, Stu.
Oh man! But look, in college though, before I was like hurt and all that, I was out there 41 though.
Oh my God!
That's not documented anywhere on my internet, so that's not true.
You go to my school; it's right there on the board.
Well, I'm not going there. I can't leave my house.
Well, of course not right now. We hope.
What's your vertical at the peak of your athleticism, Steph?
32.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to be a good basketball player if you can only jump that high, buddy. I'm sorry.
He's doing great on the hoop at his house.
It works for a 9 foot 10 inch rim. So I'm
well,
There
that's
he
the
is.
thing I want to get back to. You keep on saying that. I think it's at 8'10". I truly believe it's at 8'10", and you are like dunking and then you walking around, you giving a strut out.
Look at the mustache on Ryan Khalil, America. There it is.
Oh, God.
Look at how skinny.
Of course, you have a background.
It's a beautiful,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
What do you mean? This is just my room. What are you talking about?
God.
See you guys.
Matching
Thank
everything.
you so much.
All right, thanks, Steph.
Amazing. Thanks.
Steph, thank you very
All
much.
right, bro.
See you guys.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, is this your first day? You said, how long have you had the stash?
Not very long.
It legitimately looks good.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
I like
You're
it.
It's thick. It's so thick. It's 0% creepy.
Well, what's Jake's take on it? I know he's got something brewing in his head about it.
Right.
I just like your head is humongous. Like you lost that weight, and I mean, I knew you were smart, but that's where all that the brain power.
Man, I'm so glad I did
Awesome. Exactly.
I think
really
you look
happy I did this.
I think you look sophisticated, and you know I'd tease you if I thought otherwise.
Luke, do you want to chime in?
Well, you know how I feel about this stash. You grow.
No,
a
I don't
stash
actually. No, I don't
So
actually.
now you just want to hear it. I can't grow a
I
stash,
do.
so you got to grow it for me.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so judge
Look
me.
at Stu's. Yours is okay.
I'm trying to get him to once he decides to shave off the beard to go stash for at least like a week.
There's not a. What do you think about his beard, Ryan?
Not my favorite, but if he likes it.
He said it's his quarantine beard, but he started growing it in November. That doesn't add up.
Well, like I was doing it, and I would have cut it, but I was like, I can't get a haircut.
Nice. Ryan, I did say that you successfully called our pick at number 7.
Thank you.
And then Jake
What's
said,
your insight on that? How'd you come upon that pick?
I mostly just spoke to Luke all week and said, "What do you think we need?" And he gave me a whole breakdown.
See, there's some props.
We're probably going to go
about
defense.
the stash, and he gives me props about the pick. It's a win-win for both of us.
All right.
Speaking of Luke, so I got a lot of time on my hands, like most people, and I was cleaning out some boxes and stuff. Look what I found.
That's not even the best one, though, Ryan. What's the best one?
Is this?
What do you mean?
Does it
the Boston
smell?
College one that I signed with 59. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, I won Luke's college jersey, and I was all excited, and he signed it 59, and that wasn't his college number, and it
So I lost the bet, but I got the final little jab in, so it'll always remind him of that.
Don't act like you did that on purpose.
I did on accident.
He forgot.
For your birthday.
Ryan, what's life like for you out in Cali?
Oh, don't disregard my birthday question. Disregard my birthday question.
What was your birthday question?
I wanted to ask Luke what he did for his birthday.
Hung in the house, made some dinner, and that's about it. Quarantine.
Did you
Good
read
job.
something?
No, we
Crazy,
made some
Luke.
pad
You're
thai,
crazy.
chicken pad thai.
Okay. Wild night.
I know.
Yeah.
I know what Ryan's been doing. I know what Khalil's been doing.
What's that?
What's that, Jake?
He has.
Wait,
starred
hold
in the movie.
on. Wait, what is it, Jake? What have I been doing?
You have starred in a movie called When Caterpillars Attack, and it landed right here.
No.
We just lost
thing is,
our 9
Jake,
viewers that were watching.
you're
They
a
left.
humor. It's like a fine wine, buddy. It just
gets better with exactly.
Oh my gosh. How's the Cali life though? Seriously, right now.
It's great. Beaches are shut down.
Yeah.
Parks are shut down.
I don't want to get specific. Are you on the west side? I lived in Monica for 3 years. Are you on the west side? Or?
I hear you with the lingo.
Yeah.
I'm in the South Bay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, that's where,
Yeah.
if you're a former athlete, you got to live in the South Bay. I think it's like the LA code.
True.
Right? Yeah.
It is.
Our family had a spring break trip planned to come see the Khalils, and I pulled the plug on it amidst all the Corona stuff, saying I bet Disney will get closed, and I'm still not a popular person in my house because of doing that, Ryan, just so you know.
Well, I'm sure the public appreciates your brave sacrifices.
I do my part. We are rain checking on that one though, because that was sad.
Perfect.
Definitely.
I'll tell you what. You know who's smart? People that own huge farms. That's who's smart right now. All this.
Well, I think America has probably got a decent food system still. That some of the other places that are struggling, man.
I don't know.
But,
Scott Avett told us they were the best vegetables he's ever had.
Yeah, well, he's obviously just had horrible vegetables in his life.
Wait, who said this? Who said the best vegetables?
Brothers.
Oh, so the Avett brothers are getting your vegetables, but your old pals aren't. That's funny.
Well, can I offer any explanation
That's
to
weird.
that?
It's pretty self-explanatory. They're a celebrity. I'm not. So
You're a celebrity. They drove to see me. That's the difference. I didn't have to ship it because the quality would be diminished. I can't send you like a wonderful lunchbox pepper and then have you get it 3 days later and be like, it's okay. You know? That's not what I'm doing. Here you go. 49ers pick is in.
Javon Kinlaw.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Another big guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take off now. I just wanted to jump in.
Jump in.
He wanted to show
There's
off
no
the
reason for me
mustache,
to
and
hang
now he's
here.
showing it off.
No. All right. Thanks for coming on.
Well, hold on, Jake. Any more jabs you want to take before I take off?
Give him some more good jokes, Jake. Those jokes were awesome.
It was. I mean, it was fantastic. Ryan, all I'm telling you is that you know you're probably one of my favorite Panthers of all teammates of all time. You know that. You know how I feel about you.
But
it's the truth.
That's it?
Yeah, it's the truth.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Jake.
Of course. Ryan, I was your biggest cheerleader.
Wow.
You start crying now.
Just to
with the first pick in the emotional draft, Jake selects Ryan Khalil.
To add on to that,
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
We were
else
at
coming
my house. No. When you got drafted, we were at my house. I had Brett Bassinet and Matt Moore were at the house, and we're all watching the draft. And we're watching. We need a center. We had just signed Justin Hartwig to a huge deal, free agent center deal, and Ryan Khalil. And I put my hands up in the air, and I walked around the house, and I was hollering. And Brett Bassinet asked me, he goes, "Why are you hollering?" I said, "Because he's so much better than anybody else available." I said, "And we need good football players." And I said, "He's from a winning program." I said, "Like, this is what you want." And sure enough, he came in, and you made us one really tough offensive line.
Wow.
I appreciate that.
I was mad
because I was just gonna say the funny contrast to that is Jordan was pissed because his buddy Jeff Handgardner, I threatened his position.
I thought he was going to get my buddy cut, so I'm pissed.
They shunned me for weeks on.
I did.
Just because of me getting picked.
Turns out I got a best friend out of the deal.
Oh,
with
there
a
we go.
fun
Zoom 5.
with
Zoom
a fun
5.
bedroom in the back as well, right there. That's a good looking bedroom you got behind you. So,
all right, you crazy crew. Will you guys keep on keeping on and
we'll
and
be
giving
here all
us,
night.
giving us?
we only got like
us
3 more hours.
information
We're
and
almost
insight.
done.
Jeez.
Oh, love it. Well, Jordan,
we're
let me know
almost
if you need any
halfway.
more insight, and I'll text Luke and let you know.
Yeah, do
Hey,
it.
what do you weigh right now, real quick?
I'm breaking up here, Jake. My connection's a little bad. What was that?
Nothing at all.
You're frozen in the funniest position, Jake. Sorry, I don't know what to do here. I'm trying. Okay, you guys enjoy yourself.
Bye.
All right, keep pounding.
Bye.
Oh, he messed up my screen.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
messed
back
up
now.
my screen.
Just press the view button
Pick
at
the
the
one
top.
with all the
Right.
boxes.
Are you
Right.
guys on for the remaining?
Oh.
So are you. You are too.
So
Oh,
are
gosh.
you, man.
It was.
We're halfway.
It was in your
We're not even
contract.
halfway. What's
You
that?
didn't read it when you retired. It was in your retirement contract. You had to
Oh
do
yeah,
this.
that was the one I signed. Well, I haven't signed it yet, so we're good.
Okay.
Hey, we've been very lucky because like the picks are rolling in. They're not taking the whole time, so we've
Okay,
been
what-
pretty lucky. I will say that.
Last call for Luke, and then we got to let him go because he's too nice to actually hop off on his own.
I do want to say I do want to do a last call for him because I want to announce the winners one more time of the Luke jersey giveaways. Let me see if I can find their names. Sorry. We have a sweet little graphic. There they are, Mindy McSwain and Josh.
There we go.
Wilson. Yeah, you're getting this guy's jerseys.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys, for entering that giveaway. Yeah, Luke, I will say, though, I have to tell this one story before you go. So you're talking about the length of the draft. We were like all getting our shots set up last week, and Jay Stu was like, all right, so we're doing the whole draft, right? And we're like, yep. And he's like, how long is that? Like hour and a half? We're like, nope, it's going to be more like 4. And we determined that it was because he got picked so early that he's never watched a full draft.
You just had to turn it off, Stu. You got picked high and you turn it off and never had to watch it the rest of the time.
The remainder of years, I was just like, man, whoever we get, man.
Oh, look at that suit.
Look at that Stu picture. Is that you, Stu?
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what?
Look at that.
Is that draft day?
That picture?
I found it it was on the Panthers.com, like a carousel of the top picks. It had Luke in there. It had Jordan. That's where I got that picture earlier.
Yep.
Wow. That is a keeper. You guys need to.
That's a bold choice on draft night. I like it.
I don't even remember like wearing that suit. Where did I see that picture?
Apparently, it happened.
Looks good, Stu.
It's actually my body with your head on top. That's what I look like.
That Steve Harvey suit.
Well, Luke,
Hey, Luke, John Isner is supposed to be calling in later from a fly fishing trip, so I'll let you know.
Let me know if he's catching any fish, because I haven't had a chance to get out there. Maybe I need to talk to him and figure out where he was going.
If he's catching anything, I'll let you know, all right?
All right, let me know.
All right, buddy. See ya.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye, Luke.
All right, let's see if we can hear Pep.
Y'all got me now?
Yay!
We got you now, son.
Woo!
Pep. Is
What's
that
up,
a Green Bay muscle shirt you have on?
No, man. It's just,
Oh, I'm just asking.
no, it's just
Pep,
He's the only
you
one.
worked.
What kind of chairs them is in the back?
Those are sweet.
Yeah, those look like something out of Star Wars.
That's your office?
it used to be my office. Now it's like the kids' work, the kids' school stuff. Yeah.
Everybody teachers these days now, huh?
Exactly.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Hey,
How's that going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just. Mom is doing all of that, man.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Where are you guys set up right now, Pep?
Where we set up?
Yeah, where you at?
You mean where I'm at, like locale, where I live at?
Yes, yeah.
I'm in Coral Gables, Florida.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Jordan's trying to get you to give your full address right now on this.
No, I'm not. I'm just curious.
He's about to send you some vegetables.
And where now?
Based on Peanuts assessment, he's not in Idaho. Right?
he's definitely not in Idaho. I can promise you.
He'll come out here someday. We've talked about this. He's got an open invite to come see what I got going on.
Yeah, man. Only time I've been to Idaho was Moscow. I went to Moscow, Idaho, and we
For
played
football?
Idaho State for football.
No, you played University of Idaho in Moscow.
Yeah, or
Right.
yeah,
Same difference.
Same.
It's all the same.
All right. Pep, what'd you think of the pick?
Jordan, I'm gonna come out. I want to come out, man, to Idaho and see what's good out there. Let's go out there, everybody. Y'all remember when we went up to Mr. Richardson's spot up in the
I do.
Wait. We need to hear these stories.
All right. So I'm going to start off. So we went to, what was the name of the lake?
Lake Toxin. No.
Anyway, hour and a half from
Lake James. Isn't that Lake James?
Lake James. Yeah, Lake James. So we went to Mr. Richardson's camp, and it was the captains: Jordan, myself, Smitty, Deshaun, and Pep. And so we went out there on a Friday evening, and we were going to have like a competition, like of games. So
it's in the off season, by the way. It's off season.
We played a little tennis, played a little basketball. We had to go out in the water and try to water ski. And it was the funniest / scariest thing I've ever been involved in my life. So we all have to get up. Mr. Richardson said, I guess it was like rite of passage or something like that, Jordan, if you remember right, about skiing.
Everybody that comes has to learn to water ski.
He's the one that told you guys to.
Really?
Really? Oh no, he divided us. He divided us into teams.
Who was driving the boat?
The big cat.
Oh,
big cat.
Really?
Yeah. So we were divided into teams. We drew cards out of a deck of cards, right? And it ended up being me, Pep, and Deshaun against Jake, Big Cat, and Steve Smith in all these competitions.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're doing the skiing part. Jordan could, I could a little bit. I can't remember about Steve and Deshaun, but
Steve got up.
Yeah.
Steve got up.
Yeah. Well,
Deshaun got up because we got left in the lake. Remember, we were holding him up in the middle of the lake. We were treading water, holding Deshaun up. Hit it, and he got up, and we got left in the lake. Me and you.
Oh, Julius gets in the water, and he's trying to put on the ski. He's trying. And Julius doesn't talk much, in case many of you know. Julius is fairly reserved. And all of a sudden, you hear like a deep grunt. And we're like, I don't know what's going on. Jordan and I are in the boat, and you hear, and he has a life jacket on, and Jordan and I, without saying a word, look at each other, and we're like, we need to get in the water. So we both jump in the water, and we're standing on the side of Julius. He does not want to try to water ski. And I thought he was going to drown for a second. Like, this is not going to look good. We have to protect Julius. So it was the strangest, funniest thing I've ever been around in my life. And
Pep,
so Pep did not ski.
man. He was frustrated.
Hello, man.
No.
Please tell us what was running through your mind.
Come on now.
The big cat jumped in, though, remember, to try to show him how to put a ski on without a life jacket, and I thought we were going to have to save his life.
Bro, what year was
did he do it?
Because he
What
started
year was
going
this?
sideways, trying to put. This was 06, 07. Big Cat starts going sideways into the water.
Oh, no.
And Jordan and I looking at each other. You got Pep on one side, and then Smitty's looking at us like, "What is going on over here?" It was
comedy.
nuts.
I'll never forget this. Pep just said to hell with it and got out and he goes, "Man, get me out of this madness." And he comes back in the boat all wet, and the owner's in the lake drowning. We got it out though, Jake.
How big was the boat?
It was like a ski boat, like probably a 18, 20-foot ski boat, Mastercraft ski boat.
Nobody was out there.
You knew exactly.
But I remember we got separated into basketball teams, 3-on-3 basketball teams.
I was loving my team. I had Pep and Deshaun against Jake Richardson.
Me, Mr. Richardson, and Smitty. So I'm trying to guard Deshaun. So he's running around somebody. So I'm following him. And Julius puts his hand out like this, just his hand, like to kind of block me to not to trail Deshaun. And you ever seen a cartoon when somebody gets lifted up in the air and their feet do just like this? I went up in the air, and I'm 6'2". I'm 217 pounds. I'm not that small. And my feet are up in the air, and I started thinking to myself right after, this is the same guy that played on a 5-4 team at North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And Julius is 6'6", 295, but 4% body fat. And I'm like, how in the heck do these pro basketball players play when Julius just picked me up with the back of his hand and I just suspended in the air? That's when I realized these NBA players are a little bit different.
So Mr. Richardson was playing basketball too?
Yes, but he could foul. There was no rules when he came.
He was guarding Pep because that was his long lost son.
He was guarding traveling? Pep double dribble? Was he traveling? Did he double dribble?
All that hook shot specialist.
Was he making
somebody shoots a brick and it hits the front of the rim and it comes back fast? The ball hit the front of the rim, it came back and it hit him directly in the face. And we all looked like, oh my gosh, we almost drowned Julius and Mr. Richardson in the lake. And then now we're going to have a concussion. Oh, yeah. We had a good time, but man, it was tough. That was a tough trip. That was a tough little weekend trip.
Please tell me he played basketball like old buddy Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No, you remember this?
Along came Polly.
He made us go shirts versus skins. You remember?
Yes.
And they were skins. Jakey, you guys were skins.
Please tell me he was like old buddy and Along Came Polly.
You can't make this up. You cannot.
Bro.
You can't make it up.
Yep. It was great.
Right. It was fun. All right, so Julius,
did
you watch the pick of the Panthers tonight?
No, I didn't see it, but I mean, I heard about it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it.
What do you think?
I like the pick, man. I like the pick.
Okay, now Isaiah Simmons from Clemson was available also.
Yeah.
So we had to choose between the two. You like the pick of Brown over Simmons?
It was a safer pick, I think.
Okay.
I like Simmons. I like the versatility that he could bring to the field. You could use him as a chess piece with the matchups and stuff week to week. But overall, I think you couldn't have went wrong with either one. I like Simmons too, but I like Brown. I like
Brown in his effort.
Yeah.
I saw a play. Brown beat the guard. I saw this on Twitter back in February. Brown beat a guard, and the running back runs to the right side of the field, then he reverses, cuts back all the way, and he's running down the field. Defensive tackle, makes the tackle down the field, probably maybe a good 40, 50 yards down the field. Had one hell of a pursuit angle. You can win a lot of football games when you got your big boys running 50, 60 yards down the field making tackles.
Yeah.
That's why I like that pick.
Yeah.
You can't coach that.
Whenever you have a D lineman that can throw an offensive lineman into a quarterback for a sack, that counts too.
I don't know anything about that, huh, Julius?
I mean, Brown is versatile as well. He can play inside, outside. He's a matchup problem too. So, yeah, I like that pick. But yeah, you didn't have to worry about getting thrown into too many quarterbacks, man.
Maybe now because you're so small.
You ever hit somebody hard in practice?
No, you're good.
What's that? What'd you say?
Pep, did you ever just go out and just hit somebody really hard in practice? Or was you like real respectful?
No, he never did. I'll tell you what, Pep, I'm going to make you blush because I'm going to say nice things about you right now. But Pep was so much of a better athlete than everybody else around us with the big guys that he was the only guy that could go full speed because Pep, I don't feel like ever just chilled in practice. But Pep was so good at pass rushing full speed until the danger zone right around the quarterback, and he could instantly stop or run wide or hold the O-lineman up from falling into the quarterback. And it was the perfect practice partner because, like, for me personally, you would beat me or be right there to do it and then let up to run the corner. You and I both knew what the outcome would have been, but nobody's like disrupting the flow of practice. The quarterback can still step up, throw his pass. Everybody lives on to do another day, man. It was And then I got you get with other guys that were just a bunch of idiots who would run into the quarterback or whatever. And there's so many.
One time I tried to chip you in practice. And I tried to chip you, but you held me. Nah, man, it's over. It's over. And I was kind of like Jake in that situation, dangling. You know, okay, all right.
I actually fell into Jake one time. You probably don't remember that. I don't know. I don't think Jordan. I don't think it was you. It was a backup that was in at that particular time. But you know, I did the move or whatever, and I got there, and the tackle pushed me into you, and I tripped and fell on you.
I remember that.
The word. Nobody didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they weren't going to say that.
I guess they were scared of you.
Hey, get out the way, Jay.
But nobody didn't say anything.
They said stay off the defensive end.
I got up. Pep, are you okay? Pep, are you okay? Right. I remember Sal Sinceri, our D-line coach. It was a Monday after a win, and I think we had to do our little run or whatever. And we had a quick meeting, and Sal comes around. Where the hell is Peppers? Where the hell is Julius? The whole D-line was in the meeting room, and they were waiting to start. So as soon as Pep got in there, they could start and get out of there. And I said, he's right in there. He just got out the shower. So Sal comes around the corner all gruff and mad. He comes right around the corner, and he goes, hey, Pep, as soon as you finish drying off, we're going to be waiting for you in the D-line room. I mean, just stop immediately.
Wow.
And that was, that's exactly how it was. And Jordan would always talk about Julius. We'd talk about camp, and Jordan would go, yeah, he said, I just hope it's tired Julius tomorrow. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, if it's tired Julius, I have a chance. But if he's feeling good, God, it's miserable out there. We're trying to score against. He said it's just absolute every single day. So we run a screen one day at practice, and I drop back, eyes on a linebacker, try to engage, shoulder shrug, fade back, and try to go right up over Julius. He jumps up with his left hand. He catches the ball in the air, palms it. I mean, I did everything textbook. He catches it and takes off the other way. And I look at John Fox, and Fox looks at me and goes, I'm glad he's on our team. That's all he said. It was nothing else. There was nothing I could do. That was the Julius that I knew going up every day in practice against.
Julius, you might not remember this. We played New England, and I used to always chip the chipper, meaning I would run to the pile, and if you were engaged with somebody, I would chip the offensive lineman. And I kept doing that to Logan Mankins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I must have did it 3 or 4 times. And after the 4th or 5th time, he finally goes, listen here, you little, and he cursed.
You got pissed.
Did he? And he grabbed me, put those long arms, and I'm trying to do all my little, my dip rip moves and all that. And nothing is working. And I'm like, he's choking up. I'm trying to do every kung fu grip and all that. And next thing you know, all I hear is Pep comes and like, hey, yo, chill out, son. And he just basically takes Logan's hands and just pushes him. And I was like, hey, I appreciate you, Pep. I needed that, man. Damn. Dude was so strong. So strong. Yeah, he had me. He was about to throw me out the club. But I appreciate you, though. You have my back, though, so I appreciate that. Oh, man. KB, tell us some stories when you got in a fight. You ain't got no fight stories?
No, I don't have any fight stories, Peanut. Come on now. You put me on the spot like that?
No one ever, took your makeup or your blush or something like that? They step on your
what am I going to do? I'm not packing any punch here. You know that.
Somebody stepped on your red bottoms or something? Nothing?
That's not right.
No, that ain't right.
Hey,
okay.
I saw you on Instagram giving us a little health tip about a nice little drink that you can make with cayenne pepper.
Uh-huh.
Lemon.
What
do we got?
Oh, yeah. My wife make those.
Yeah, I made me a couple, man. That works.
Is that like the
Easy
Beyonce?
on that cayenne pepper though. You gotta be easy on that.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much. I did too much.
Okay, what kind of?
Does it have ginger in it? Does it have ginger in it?
Ginger.
Yeah, my wife makes those to drink.
Well, I didn't have ginger. I just used ginger and turmeric tea.
Okay.
You know.
And what's
all the ingredients? Let's hear it.
Yeah, what's the health benefit too?
So it's lemon, honey, ginger, cayenne pepper, and whatever tea you drink. And it's just an immune booster. That's it.
Yeah.
Immune system.
I got a little spin off of that. It's honey, lemon, water, and bourbon. It's called a hot toddy.
That too, yeah.
It's got the health plus a little bit of the relaxation in it.
Exactly. That same drink, you can make that same drink with the teas and put the bourbon in it.
Yeah.
Have like a cold or anything.
Done.
Take it right out.
Exactly.
Oh, man, it's 5 o'clock. I think I might need to go make one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Pep, I'll send you. Text me your address if you want. Remember, I'm trying to get his address, KB.
Yeah, you're trying to get
everybody on here. Here's what we'll do. I got Jake's address. I don't have anybody else's. Give me your address. Text me your addresses. I'll send you some honey from our farm so you can make your Pep health drink, or you can make your hot toddy, whatever you want. All right.
How much honey are you going to give us?
Well, geez, how much you need?
I mean, how?
I drink a lot of hot toddies.
Yeah, I could use a healthy supply.
2 jars of honey. More than that.
Well, good. Well,
How often do you how does the bee...
I'll harvest probably in September. We'll get this would be a good time to come. You come out, we'll use our extractor. We'll make about 20 gallons of honey this year. Something like that. So that's a lot of jars. That's a lot of pint jars. I'll get you
what kind of bees do you have?
Just honey bees. Wild. We get wild swarms and gather them up. And
are those the big fat ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we're picking our crops in the morning, like summer squash or whatever, they're all in the blossoms in there, getting the pollen out of there. It's pretty cool. They're super tame. I mean, you can go there and piss them off and they'll sting you, but not if you're just behaving.
I do just want the video of you in your full beekeeper gear.
I'll get it out there. You got to follow our farm on Instagram, and then you'll see all this stuff. Little Buddy Farm. It's all there. It's all there.
Little Buddy Farm?
Yeah, it's all there. Whatever you need.
I'm going to go follow it right now.
Okay.
I want the live stream to go follow.
Yeah, he's done. He's out of here.
Buddy Farm. Here we go.
Yeah. You'll send some stuff on there.
Hey, Julius. All right, so Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State. You watched him much in college?
I saw a little bit of him.
Anything resemblance of you at all?
No.
What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on it?
I got to be honest. I haven't watched a whole lot of tape on him. I saw a lot of highlights. I don't necessarily really watch a lot of college football, but the things that I saw, he's really instinctive. I think that's what separates him from the rest of the guys in his group. Really instinctive. Some guys are great athletes, but don't necessarily have the instincts. He has it all. He has the instincts. He has the technique over there. I think they have a really good defensive line coach. So, a lot of guys coming to the draft don't really have that coaching per se. You get a good player in college, you just tell them to go get it how you get it. But I think there they have a really good coach who saw them technically. He has the ability athletically and physically, and he also has the instinct. So I think that's what really separates him from everybody else.
Julius, I have a question. This has nothing to do with the draft picks, but I went to UNC. I've always wanted to ask you, what was it like playing 2 sports in college? I can't even imagine playing one.
I don't even know how I did it, to be honest with you. When I think back on it, I don't even remember how I was able to do it.
I don't. I mean, something that so few people have done. It's just absolutely incredible.
In high school, I played all of the sports, like the whole calendar year. I was playing something, and I got burned out. Like my junior year, I was burned out. I couldn't do it anymore. I just one day at track practice, I just didn't show up for like 3 weeks. Where I was at, I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do nothing else. So anyway, when I got to Carolina and I was playing 2 sports, it was the same thing. It was just I don't know how I did it.
Yeah. Did you do it all 4 years?
I only did it 2 years, so yeah. No way. Okay. No way I could have did. I played 3 seasons of football and 2 of basketball. I couldn't have did it 4 years.
Like
I get that.
What's happening up here?
There's a trade.
You think you could have went pro in NBA if you would have chose one side or the other?
What's that?
You think you could have went pro in the NBA?
They say I could have. I don't know.
Okay, they say.
I think you made the right choice. I think you made the right choice sticking with football because you dominated.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, don't even say it. You did good, son. You did good.
It was good. It was good. Football was good to me. Yeah. No, where you at, man? You in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago, boss. Same spot, man. I tried to leave. Wifey didn't want to leave. She liked it here, so stuck like Doug.
How are the kids?
Kids are good. 14, 12, 10, and 7.
Oh my gosh, they're getting so old.
They are. And then my 16-year-old nephew has moved in with us too. So I got 5 kids.
Man. It's funny to hear all you guys. I was talking to Jake about this earlier. Like Julius, I know, and Peanut, some of our other guests, they're like, we can come on, but it's like dependent on bedtime. Like when the kids go to sleep is when we can come on. And it's cool to see that, you know?
Yeah. I tell my kids at a certain time, I'm off. I ain't working no more. I'm off. Y'all on y'all own. Me and the wife, we come down to my little media room and it's 9 o'clock. We off. If y'all hungry, water, brush your teeth, just be in bed by 10. I see y'all in the morning. Y'all good.
I like that strategy.
Yeah.
So
they
okay. Watching the draft, the Niners trade back into the first round. So the 2 picks that they get tonight are Kinlaw from South Carolina.
Oh.
And then they just picked up. They just traded back in, and they got Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State. So they're all in to try to win it all. 2 first-round picks on that football team.
How's your mock draft? How's your mock draft looking?
I'm dominating the other 2 slappies that I went against.
Oh, wait, right here. Mike, our producer, sent it to me. Jake has 8 correct so far. Gordon has 5.
Yeah.
Jake's still holding with those first 2.
Okay, but I have a discrepancy. I had Austin Jackson going to the Dolphins at 26. He went to the Dolphins at 18. I mean,
no.
We said not teams. We said picks only.
Whatever.
I mean,
this is my mock draft currently. This is my mock draft currently.
Hey, first running back getting taken at 26.
No, you don't need running backs anymore, Stu. Sorry.
For what?
The Dolphins need it.
It's all about the passing game. You need corners, you need pass rushers, you need quarterbacks, and you need somebody to block them. That's all you need.
I get it. But I'm gonna run.
Okay, Peppers, Julius, putting you on the spot. Best offensive lineman you ever went against in your whole career in the National Football League?
Jordan Groves.
Nice setup and layup. That's alley-oop right there.
Yeah, but
so basketball.
I'm telling you, I don't think he's joking too much. I think there's a lot of truth to that.
He must have liked winning. Then there you go.
Nah, it is. We had a good working relationship, man. I appreciate that. Like you spoke about earlier, it was good, man. It was good. It was good. I tell you this all the time. I talk about it all the time. I attribute a lot of my early success and my career success to being able to sharpen my blade against you every day in practice. So that's just what it was, man.
No, that's awesome to hear. Thank you, Pep, because that's definitely the same way. The same way. But besides me, okay, I would love to hear this. I'd love to hear who you felt was good players.
You know,
because I have my list of like who I watched and I thought was good tackles, but I'd love to hear from you.
So early in my career, I was primarily a left defensive end. I used to go back and forth. Sometimes, well, when I practiced against you, I was on the right side, but a lot of times in the games, Mike Rucker would play the right defensive end, so he would get the guys like, you know, Walter Jones and, you know, the Jonathan Ogden and all those guys. He would mostly be lining up against those guys. So I can't really say those guys because I really didn't play a lot against them. Later in my career, I played against Joe Thomas. I played on the right side. And I didn't really have a good game that game. So I got to give it to Joe Smith down in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
All right, Jordan.
It's a good list.
Trent Williams.
Jordan, okay, see, I've been waiting on him to get traded. I thought he would have got traded at some point. You know,
I think that head thing is a real deal, though, that he had last year or 2 years ago, that tumor or whatever. That, I mean, you don't trade for a high price tag guy that's got a brain issue.
But I thought Rivera could have got to him by now because I think Ryan's a player's coach. Guys like him. Ryan's not.
That's Travell's job. Travell's got to win him.
Yep, you're right.
I think Jason Peters is pretty sweet. Yeah. Like, especially when because he was so athletic. He reminded me a bit of Walter Jones because Walter was so quick. Like, Walter would set flat and open, which is like a cardinal sin as a tackle, but Walter was so fast and strong he could make up for that.
Yeah.
And that's how Peters is. Peters like short sets a ton, still does, and he's just so strong. You could tell. I never been against him, obviously, but you could tell he's so powerful.
Yeah.
That his punch in his hands, like he could just lock guys in. You can't emulate that technique, man.
Yeah. What do you think about David Bakhtiari?
I mean, he's a similar build to like what I was. He's not a big guy. I think. Okay, this is gonna sound salty, right? But much like I think that there's favorable systems for tackles as well. So, like I'd love to be a Saints tackle, not because of the quarterback, because like they run so much quick stuff, right? Short pocket, or like New England, their pocket's short. Like Brady's at 5 and then steps up from there, right? And the guard's all hard set to have a shallow pocket, or they don't set back inside center in the guards. Tackles can run them by shallow. So same with Green Bay is Rodgers is really an in the pocket and out kind of guy. So the corner's true, right? Well, we ran with Henning early on. We ran more play action and shorter stuff, but then like when we got Chud and Cam, like everything was so deep, man. Like gun and then a 5-step drop out of that. So I think Bakhtiari is good. I think he's a good tackle. I think that I like his system is better, you know, and the quarterback that he's with. So I think the ones you said are really good. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he's an elite guy in my opinion. So
let me ask you this, Jordan.
Why'd you ask that, Pep? No, why'd you ask that, Pep?
I just asked it because I practiced against him every day for a while. I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good. He's been making All-Pro for the past couple of years, and I was just curious from another offensive lineman what he thought about him.
Yeah, I think he's a very good player. I don't think he's one of the elite guys. Because to me, there's like a difference, okay? So, like, even my best seasons, I was good, but, like, I feel like there was a ceiling because the best of the guys are special physically, like another level of strength or athleticism. And that's the guys that I really think are elite. And I think Trent Williams is that way. I think he's a different physical species. So that Bakhtiari is like a normal guy, like I was, you know, like a normal looking lineman. Definitely very good technique.
Yes.
So, Jordan, what did you run your 40 in when you went to the combine?
5:02.
5:02. And how tall were you, and what did you weigh?
6'4" and 7/8", 300 pounds.
Now, what do you think about? I think his name's Mekhi Becton from Louisville.
Yeah.
Going to the he went to the Jets at number 9 or 10.
Right.
So 6'7", 364. What do you think about that?
That's what I'm.
Peanut. He went 11, and I had it correct on my draft. But go ahead.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So that guy has the ability, based on his size, Peanut, to be head and shoulders above the competition against the NFL normal bodies, right? So, like, if he can have, like, Mitchell Schwartz for the Chiefs, he's not a spectacular athlete, but he's massive, right tackle with really good technique. So if Becton can dial in his technique and have good, consistent pass sets that gives nothing away to the DN, so, like, when you're setting on an end, they're rushing, an instinctual rusher, like Pep was talking about, Pep's not going to rush me with predetermined move very often. He's going to rush, and what he sees me doing is going to give him his options for what his counter to that is. So if you're gigantic and technically sound, you only got so many options as a DN. And correct me if I'm wrong, Pep, but if you're a big mountain of a guy that converts that consistently, stay inside out with decent low pad level, like that's just another tool that a 300-pound guy doesn't have.
Yeah. He reminds me of Trent Brown.
Yeah.
He was with the Patriots now. I think he was with
Raiders.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was with the 49ers. Then he went to Patriots, right? So now he's with the Raiders.
Yep.
Big, long, athletic, can move. You don't really have a lot of options. You just gotta try to wear him down throughout the course of the game.
So what you want, though, as an end from those big guys, if a big guy that's maybe not crazy fast, if he'll open his hips quick and get sideways, now Pep could do what he wants. He can come inside, the bull rush is easier, and the outside corner is shorter. But if those big guys will learn to set with shoulder pads perpendicular to the line of scrimmage or parallel line of scrimmage, like Pep's only going to want to run through a 360-pound man so many times before that's going to get old, you know. And if he doesn't give away the inside, and he's got a quarterback that can be disciplined with his depth, it's pretty good odds.
I think I should have been a defensive end. That's my one position I should have played, or quarterback, man. You know, killing it in Tecmo Bowl.
All right. Pep, we're putting you on the spot, or I am. So the Packers just traded up, 4 spots, I believe, to take Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State. If you're Aaron Rodgers, you have to be sitting there thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, we lose in a championship game. We don't need a quarterback. I'm not retiring anytime soon. Can we get some more help, another big-time player, instead of somebody that's going to sit behind me for a few years?
Yeah.
That's my thought process. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Aaron, but knowing him, he's probably pissed right now. You know.
Wow.
He's pissed. So. Yeah, that's surprising, but yeah,
wow.
I guess they trying to do it 3 times in a row. You know, they let Aaron sit down for a while. I guess that's the plan for the guy. Let him sit down for a little bit and watch and learn.
He's definitely going to need to sit for a little bit. I covered him at Utah State. He wasn't even in the mix for being a starter. He was like their 3rd string when he got there, and then he grew a bunch, and then he just worked on everything. So he's really only been a starting quarterback, I want to say, for like 2 years.
Like 6 inches or something like that.
Yeah, he grew like a crazy amount. So he's still got a lot to work on and learn, you know.
That's probably some guy in the scouting department who might have been a little tipsy and was like, you know what, he's good. And then
he really came up those drafts.
Matt LeFleur to take him. That's how that go.
Well, all right. Listen, listen. I hope the kid has a great career.
I do too.
I watched the kid play this year against LSU, and I understand it's a mismatch talent-wise. I get it.
Right.
But he struggled. He struggled a good bit that day. But I go back the 2 times I watched LSU play against this kid called Patrick Mahomes in 2015. I watched him play in a bowl game against LSU. I watched Mahomes run all over the field, getting hit, making throws, making play after play after play. And like, who is this? He's like a sophomore. Who is this kid? He was unbelievable. I watched Ben Roethlisberger. He was a sophomore in Miami of Ohio, play against LSU. Same thing. I just saw 2 guys that they were mismatched. Their teams were mismatched, but they belonged on that field. They dominated that field. And, I watched him this year, and he struggled. And I'll be the first to tell you, I've struggled in many games playing quarterback. But it blows my mind sometimes. You have a team that has a really good roster. You have a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback who's really not slowing down. I don't know. That kind of makes me makes me question, I guess you could say.
I think the only thing I'd probably say is by him being a new coach, a newer head coach, he kind of wants to bring his own guys and do it his way. He plans to be there for a while. And yeah, he's not going anywhere for a while, but I think he wants to say he brought a kid up, mentored him, grew him, matured him, whatever, and kind of developed him into a quarterback. That might be the reason for getting and drafting him.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. It's just hard to get away. It's just hard to be like, I'm going to go a different direction than Aaron Rodgers.
Questionable. Very.
Yeah.
I don't know. Being in Chicago, I hope he struggles.
Speaking of that, who's going to be the Bears quarterback this year there, Nutty Buddy?
So here's the thing about first-round quarterbacks. You said something about this kid, Jordan Love, right? He didn't have a lot of experience playing in Chicago or playing in Utah. It was kind of the same thing with Mitch Trubisky. He didn't start a lot of games at UNC.
At UNC, no, he
right? So we had Glennon, who wasn't the greatest quarterback at the time. And I think everybody just kind of wanted Trubisky to start. And it was kind of, I don't know, Glennon was so bad, they kind of basically just gave him the position. I'm not saying Trubisky didn't work for it, but I truly think when you have true, good old-fashioned competition, it brings out the better athlete. It brings out the best in you. So I think by bringing Foles in, I think that true competition, it's going to make them like, yo, damn, this ain't my team anymore. I don't have the keys to the lack. I have to really work at all the little things, and we going to see some good football. So right now, honestly, I do not know. I do not know who the quarterback's going to be. I'd probably say Nick Foles just because he's got the experience. But I hope he gives Trubisky a run for his money, meaning competition. I hope they battle it out. May the best man win.
I have a question. How much do you guys, like seeing the draft tonight, talking about all this stuff, how much do you miss playing? Like with something like, I mean, I know it's not a game and you're not like watching from home, but are you like, nope, don't miss it at all? Like had the best time? Or does talking about all this stuff and seeing these guys start their journeys make you miss it?
I definitely miss it.
Yeah, I think we'll always miss it. There's something about, I know to me, I like the grind of it. I love the preparation, the week's preparation. And then, something about walking into that stadium on a Sunday, getting ready to play. But walking out that stadium, especially on the road, and that crowd's quiet, to me, that is the greatest feeling in the world. When that crowd's dead quiet and you walk, I mean, to me, that was just nothing. I miss it terribly. But you miss the childness of it. We got to act like children. We got to play a kid's game. We got to act like children. And they paid us a king's ransom to play this game. That's my thoughts.
I'd echo that. I missed it too. I think more importantly, I didn't really care for the week of it. I just like the game. I like the game. I like the excitement. I like when I make a play and 60, 70, 80,000 people are going nuts. You're telling them stand up, get on your feet and cheer. They do it. I think we all missed the locker room. Pep, we had some epic battles of Foursquare in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
We used to play, we had Foursquare. We played dodgeball. We had basketball games.
Y'all had all kinds of games in there, man.
I mean, it was that was just how we had the box 'em up game. Hell, Stewie, you remember when I put the alligator in Rivera's locker?
Yeah. I was just about to talk about that.
I mean, it was just, hey, I'll let you tell the story. Like it's just, Jake, you said it. It's the child in us, the adult child that we have, and I truly think we all miss that. It's all, man, yeah, it was great times. KB, you know this better than anybody. You know I love scaring people, right?
Yeah, you used to scare me all the time and film it.
Yeah, I should actually. I wish you could show it right here. I'd put it on right now.
Oh, you do that.
But one day, so this is 2015, and we're, I don't know, 14-0, 13-0, and every Saturday, Coach Rivera would let a coach tell a story, right? So Shula, he gets up there, he tells a story about his dad and the Dolphins.
1 second, because we have the newest member of the Panthers joining us here. We want to hear that story, but
yeah. Sorry, I'm second.
You gotta get it.
This is night. This is time.
There he is, the newest member.
Big dog.
What's up?
How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, I'm on cloud nine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a circle of emotions tonight, but I'm excited.
Derrick,
you got Julius Peppers over here.
We got Julius Peppers. We got Peanut Tillman. We got Jake Delhomme. Jordan Gross is he'll be back in a few minutes, but we are all just so excited to welcome you to the Panthers family.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to be a part.
Welcome to the league, boss.
Welcome to the league.
Appreciate it.
Exactly right. Jake Delhomme here. Did you have an idea the Panthers would be selecting you going into tonight?
We thought it would be one of the teams that would be in the mix, and hope for it, and that's exactly what happened. So I couldn't be more excited.
Wait, I heard that you used to play. Did you play Madden with Chase too, or?
Jonathan Stewart and Julius. I used to get it on offense and defense, stretch play, inside zone, you name it.
Oh yeah.
Were there any forced fumbles on the defense or anything like that? No forced fumbles.
We're getting sacked.
Sorry,
we're getting sacked.
no peanut punches. No. Like, all right, I'm gonna be quiet. Never mind.
Tell us about tonight. Who are you with? What was it like when you got that call? I saw how emotional you were. Talk us through those few minutes.
You're sitting here, every beeper buzz to the phone. It's quiet in the house. Everybody's just sitting around, and then the phone rang, and it was Panthers calling to say that they were returning the ticket, and I was overwhelmed with emotions here with my family, and I don't even know, like it's unreal.
We're watching it right now. It's just such an incredibly special moment. I'm so excited. Oh, Jordan's back. He's going to be shocked when he sees. Jordan, we got Derrick Brown. You were gone when he joined us.
Awesome. I'm glad I'm not there anymore to have to block him. I'll tell you that much based on what I saw.
How excited are you to get started? And have you had – okay, so actually, I want to know this before I ask you that. How many text messages are on your phone right now?
Good question.
Like, I'm going to get a couple hundred.
610.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Change your number.
Will you answer every one of those?
You can't.
There's no shot. I'm not gonna be able to get to everyone.
Wow.
6'10". I don't even know 600 people.
I don't either.
All right.
No 600.
All right, Derrick.
Don't know.
Did you have an idol growing up in football? Who was your idol? Was it defense, offensive player, whatever it was? Did you have one growing up?
I used to watch all the guys. I'm from Mississippi, so the guys that came from Mississippi State: Fletcher Cox, Chris Jones, then Dominican Sue. He didn't come from Mississippi, but I always grew up. I knew I don't want to be like Fletcher. Knew I wanted to be like Chris Jones, and I was a boy from Mississippi, and I knew I had the same ability to make those dreams happen.
Well, I want you to be like Chris Jones because I said it all week long. The worst thing in the world for a quarterback is inside pressure. It makes you don't sleep well at night. Yes, you can have a great defensive end, but if you can step up in the pocket and you have somewhere to step up, that you have a little comfort zone. But when you have any type of inside pressure, there is nowhere to go. And it's just absolute the worst thing in the world. So that's what I'm excited about. You can bring inside pressure to quarterbacks and in the run game. You can take up two guys, be a space eater, and be a dominant guy because with yourself and KK Short coming back off an injury, I think the Panthers D-line can make a complete turnaround from last year.
I'm excited to get to work with those guys.
Do you know any of the players that you about to be playing with? Have you
I've heard
any about?
I played with Brian in high school. Played an Army All-American game together. Outside of that, I just heard of the other guys. I don't really know them.
Okay. Shaq Thompson's probably really happy to have you.
Yeah, I bet those are
so happy.
600 text messages once you get through them.
Yeah, make sure if you see Shaq Thompson, make sure you answer him.
He's a good dude. He'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Derrick, I want to show you something that is pretty cool. We know that you can't be there yet, but all of Uptown Charlotte is seeing your name right now. That's at Bank of America Stadium. We got you up on the big board. We're so excited to welcome you to the city.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm just ready to get to work.
You don't have to say anything. You just get to enjoy it, soak up this moment, be with your family. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime thing that so many people don't ever get to experience.
Yeah. True blessing. That's all I say about it.
All right. I know you've got a lot to do. Anybody have any last words for him before he heads off? I know you've been doing media all night.
Congratulations, man.
Yep.
Congratulations, man. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy the night with your family.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Know you came to a great football city. Charlotte, the Carolina Panthers, you're going to get treated great, and it is a great city. You fell into heaven, in my opinion. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to welcome you to the team and say congratulations to you as well, man. I know it's something that you probably dreamed of and been working towards your whole life. But I got to ask you a football question. Tell me, who are you as a player? What do you like to do? I know you're going to tell me you can do everything. You're a run stopper. You rush the passer. What do you do best out there?
I believe my biggest challenge is rushing the passer. So, that's what I like to be able to do to prove myself. Collapse the pocket down and, sometimes use a little finesse, but trying to incorporate more tools in my toolbox so I can take that step and get to the next level.
We can't wait to see you do that.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch you, man. Again, congratulations. Enjoy this time, man. Enjoy this time with your family. It's a lifetime memory. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. We're glad to have you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate your family. Who's that in the back right there?
My girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about your girlfriend, and who's on the couch right there?
My pops.
Okay, yeah, man. All love to the fam. You guys are blessed right now. It's gonna change your life forever, man. Just keep working, and it's gonna pay off.
I appreciate that.
No doubt.
All right. Well, we can't wait to talk to you a whole lot more now that you're part of the team, but we're going to let you go for now.
All right.
Congratulations again.
Thank y'all.
His pops was chilling. Getting them arms. Y'all ain't see his pops doing this.
Big night. I do want to show for everyone we're going to show Goodell making the pick and Derrick's reaction and his family's reaction. So we're going to roll that. And then we're going to show what the Panthers did to welcome him on social media, which is awesome if you guys haven't seen this. So we're going to roll this pick.
With the 7th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Derrick Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn.
Well, there you see Derrick Brown. His teammates called him Baby Barack. One of his teammates, Marlon Davidson, referred to him as Channel 5 reporting live because he knew something.
Okay, so that was the pick. Awesome to see. Now, check out what the Panthers team did to welcome him. We got 2 really cool videos that they put together.
With the 7th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Derrick Brown.
They gave him his own draft moment.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. That's great for him. Just an extraordinary young man. Looking forward to what this guy can do at the next level.
Cool. We got one more. So they gave him his own draft moment, which I thought is cool because that's something that we talked about. Those guys won't get to experience. But this one's my favorite. Check this out real quick.
Derrick Brown is going to Carolina. Yes, he's gonna be a Panther. We finally got our answer. Derrick Brown to Carolina. Here he comes. Yes, sir.
Little James Taylor action.
How sweet. What are the odds that Derrick Brown knows who James Taylor is? That's the question I want to know.
You got to know who he is once you move to North Carolina, though. So.
Right.
That's awesome. That made my night.
I love it.
Well,
Jake, why do you have a pen right now, man? Are you working? We supposed to just be. This is like casual conversation. Put the pen.
I'm sitting in my office and I'm just watching. No, but you see,
here's my draft board once again. There it was.
I had to call James Taylor this week to let him know who we're going to draft. So, and we collaborated on the song together. And I gave him the words to the song. Yes. In case y'all were wondering. What you laughing at, Julius? You know it's the truth. Okay. I never got to ask this, Jordan Gross, because you got up and you left. You went somewhere.
Well, I left, and then Dana, my wife, was like, what? She was wanting to go to bed. I was like, we don't have any kids in the house. I was like, stay up, just the draft's almost over, so we can hang out. But I think she went to bed. I was trying to talk her out of it.
Oh, yeah, because it's earlier there, too. I'm definitely
going to bed. You better go to bed. This draft ain't that important.
Well, you know what? Keep pounding. That's all I have to say.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so I'm blushing. Jordan, I asked Julius about the best offensive lineman. And
hold on,
give me
update. I got one pick right.
Yeah.
What'd you get right?
Celebrate it.
Ravens picked up Patrick.
What college? You don't even know what college.
No. LSU.
Don't look.
You want to ask about defensive ends?
Yes.
No, really. Julius, no, I would say Pep. I would say Pep first because everyone, like obviously. After that, if I had to say non-teammate, I would say. You know what's interesting? I was getting to go against Pep as a teammate, but then also when he was with the Bears, we played, so that was kind of cool. But who was really good? I was super scared of Michael Strahan.
Okay.
Not really scared, but I was that was a grown man when I was a young guy, you know. And he was very good, very, very strong. I remember he gave me a one-arm stab to the chest, and I thought he was going to dump me, but I survived it. He was very, very good, and just kind of that's a mantle guy to play against, you know. Cool thing was when I first got in the league, DNs, there wasn't always two good pass rush for DNs. It was like there was the defensive right side guy was good, but that was back when you still had a run stopper kind of at times on left DN. Like I remember the Bucks had Simeon Rice, and then they had Greg Spires, who was just a big guy. He wasn't a pass rusher. So, but by the end of my career, it was where J.J. Watt was on the defensive left side. So, I thought one of the tougher guys to block, and he's ebbed and flows in his careers, but another Tar Heel, Robert Quinn, man, when he had his seasons with the Rams where he was really killing it, he was tough to block. I thought he was quite good. John Abraham, I still think is completely underrated as a pass rusher because he's a long body guy and he would do really well. I've played against J.J. Watt at the end.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Tennessee Titans just selected, let me see. Isaiah Wilson, offensive line, Georgia. I think that's on my mock draft, in case y'all wonder.
Let me see here. Yep, I didn't have that on my airplane. I did not have that on my airplane.
I wasn't invited to the mock draft, so I don't have any right. So, thank you.
I think that's the best. I think all these guys would say, except for Jake, would say that they weren't invited to the mock draft party either, right?
Yeah.
I was just joking about this draft. I didn't really...
You know who was the freakiest guy, though? You remember we played the Titans in 2003? And they smoked us?
Bosch.
No, Kevin Carter.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a freak show as a human being.
He's the only guy that maybe would look down at Pep. Like, that guy's gigantic. And I'll never forget this. He bull rushed me, and I stopped it. And then he went to jump and bat the pass down, and I dumped him. And this is when I was a rookie, and I thought I was sweet. Like, I got this, right? I'm like, I got this. Then, like, 2 series later, he comes head down, 3-point bull, right? And I'm like, he's doing it again, stupid veteran. Whoop, hand swipe. As I'm all leaning to stop this, I fall down. He sacks you. My first sack I gave up as an NFL player. And then I asked him after the game, I was like, man, that hand swipe was sweet. He's like, it's film study, Rook. I remember he said that. It's film study, Rook. I was like, he's right. I should have known that was coming. That was the best and the worst moment against Kevin Carter. That guy was huge, though. Huge.
Yeah, he's not. I was hoping you were going to say John Abraham because that guy was
amongst us offensive tackles, we call this bull rush the teleport. Because he would rush the teleport.
Okay.
Because he would rush vertical, like it's an edge rush, and he would plant his foot. So Pep had the, like, I called it the crossover, where you'd step, like, what was it, like your third step, Pep, and then you'd shake, and you'd either rip hard, flat with a rip inside right at quarterback depth, which was brutal, or you'd bowl out of that some, or rush the edge. But Abraham would rush straight up field like it was an edge rush all day, and then he'd hit his 5th step, plant his outside foot, and then bah! And it was such a violent bowl because of the speed. He'd boom right into you. And I saw him dump so many guys flat onto their back with that because he wouldn't. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
So he was very good, very good player.
Sounds painful.
I'm shocked we've lasted this long, to be honest with you.
Well, I can't believe Pep and Peanut are still on. They just don't know that they can leave whenever they want.
Yeah, they don't. They aren't. We're contractually obligated to be here. They're here.
Pep said he was coming to Idaho, so I'm sorry.
I miss seeing you guys. I'm not doing nothing. Look, I'm in a room. Wait. You see that?
Put your shorts down.
Yeah, why are your shorts so high?
Raging Cajuns. Well, that's what I'm waiting to talk about. You see, Peanut is the highest draft pick ever from UL. You were the 35th or 39th, Peanut?
35th.
35th. So we have an offensive lineman, Robert Hunt, who's projected to go in the 2nd round. So there's a chance Peanut's record could be broken. I'm not sure it will be, but be close.
I hope it does.
Pep, have you guys ever had a number 1 from Carolina?
Nope.
So it's you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 3 2s are you,
Trubisky.
Lawrence Taylor,
and Trubisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of you done okay for yourself.
You're still out.
I was waiting for someone to say something. I was waiting.
But look, it's still
Stu, let me
early.
ask you a question
It's
real
still
quick.
early on Mitch.
What's the hardest you've ever been hit? Who hit you the hardest in the league?
Me?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Me?
What? Nah,
Like you got hit and was just like, oh God, I'm bleeding inside my chest. Who hit you the hardest?
Embarrass people, Pep. You be playing with people. You be like, here, little boy, sit down. Stop all that. Just cut it out. I think Alec Ogletree. He hit me from the side too, and it still hurt.
Today.
But I think maybe it was a combination of not really knowing where he was coming. It was like 15 yards down the field, and I was like about to make a burst cut out to the sideline behind a receiver block, and he caught me, and it rattled me. And I can still kind of feel a little aches in my body right now about it, but I think that's probably the hardest hit that I've taken. Georgia boy.
What about you, Jake?
Did you come out of the game?
No, I had to stay in. I stayed in. I was trying to come out, but for whatever reason, Tolbert didn't see me. he didn't see the thing, and stayed in the next play. And there was another run play, and I was still dealing with the aches from the previous play. And DB came and hit me, and I knew I was like hurt because the DB hit me, and that kind of rattled a little bit. But it's all right. Alec got the best of me.
Jake, what were you saying?
Javon Curse, also known as the Freak, hit me in Philly in 2004, and I was a little confused. I go to the sidelines. I don't know if it was anybody's fault. It was Jim Johnson, defensive coordinator, Sean McDermott, DB coach. So they were just dialing up blitz after blitz, and we had beat them in the championship game, go to the Super Bowl the year before, and it just wasn't our day. And he hit me, same thing, side of the head. And I was kind of confused on the sideline. And I do remember this because it was kind of like, it was loud, but it was quiet. So I'm there and I'm kind of like, man, things are struggling. And Rodney Petey's 37 at the time. And Petey had checked in his helmet for the towel. I mean, he was all about the towel on the side. He didn't need to go in there. And I was like, man, I'm struggling a little bit. And Petey would look at me and say, man, you're doing great. You're doing fine. You look fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Because Petey didn't want to get back in there against that defense. So that was one. But, man, the more I think about it, in 2003, we played the Redskins. And Bruce Smith was close to breaking either the all-time sack record or whatever it may be. And that's all we talked about leading up in the week. Todd Stussy was the left tackle. And Stussy did not want to give up this sack to Bruce Smith. So we'd have a running play call, and we'd break the huddle, and Stussy would say, hey, make sure you step up. I was like, Stussy, it's a running play. Just step up. He didn't want to give it up. But I got hit in the back, and I heard the look out from Stussy. And I threw a check down to Stephen Davis, and I heard the look out, and I got hit. And I remember, I fell, and I looked back. I'm on the ground, and Bruce, he had those pearly whites. He was like, I almost got you. I almost got you. And I remember saying to myself, that felt like a car hit me in my back, right in my rib protectors. And I said, he's 38 years old. He has no legs left. And this guy, it's one of the hardest thumps I've ever had. And so I started thinking, when he was 26 and in his prime in Buffalo, what did it actually feel like when Bruce Smith would come out and hit you when he was in his prime? So, but Javon Curse, but Bruce Smith at his age, just the thump he gave me was, I felt it.
My worst shot ever was John Lynch. He hit me. I was standing over the pile when we were playing the Bucks when he was there. And he came to spear the running back, Stephen Davis, somebody missed, and he launched himself into my chest. And he he hit me, and I did like a last breath on earth. You know, like it was horrible because I was just standing there not expecting it. And it bruised my I had a bruised, like a visibly bruised chest from that man's hit. He hit me so hard. I never felt anything like it. It was unbelievable.
You let a general manager do that to you?
He wasn't a general manager then. He was generally managing my chest. That's what he was doing. It was horrible.
What about you, Peanut? What's the hardest hit you ever had?
A safety that went to LSU named Craig Stelz. He was on my own team.
Friendly fire.
Yes, Pep. I think you might have. Yeah, Pep. You probably. I think you were there.
That was. Yeah, I know Stelz.
Yeah, when Stelz broke my ribs and he punctured my lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
We played Minnesota. Vashante Shanko went up to catch a ball. It was cover 3, safety coming from the middle. I'm coming from the inside or from the outside, safety coming from the inside. And Vashante Shanko goes up and he ducks at the last second and we both dive. All I know is all my right side of my ribs, all the air that I had left my body. And I landed, I kind of flipped around, hit the ground, stood up, collapsed, and was just got me to the hospital. They're like, yeah, you broke 4 ribs, punctured a lung. And then I went on IR right there on the spot. I mean, that's probably some of the worst pain I ever felt in my life. I had to get a chest tube that night. They had to cut me open, put a chest tube in there for my punctured lung. Oh, my God. Worst pain ever. Don't ever get a punctured lung, y'all. Don't do it. But Craig Stelz, he hits hard.
I'm gonna try not to get a punctured lung. Let's put that on my list.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. It's not good.
Wow.
Pat, what about you? Hard hit you took?
Me?
I know you normally deliver the hits, but come on. I know somebody must have rocked your dreads one time.
And he just said,
Pep, somebody done rocked your world before now. Come on. All right, how about this? What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
He didn't have one. He came into the league and dominated.
He welcomed himself to the NFL.
No, welcome to the NFL moment?
No, not really. I mean, other than I think I was in awe of Randy Moss the first time that when we went up to Minnesota and saw them one time and played them the first. I think it was my rookie year, my second year. We played Minnesota up there, and when we went up there, and that was my first time ever seeing Randy, and I was just like, wow.
Isn't it crazy how we celebrities, whatever athletes, we're in the NFL, we're the highest, we're the creme de la creme, we're at the top, right? And then you see other NFL players, and it just blows your mind like, oh my God, that's Rod. I saw Rod Woodson when Brian went, when Urlacher got inducted to the Hall of Fame. I went to his hotel, and Pep, you came by there. We're at the hotel together. Mm-hmm. But in the lobby, I saw Rod Woodson. Jake, when I saw Rod Woodson, I couldn't even talk. I'm like, oh my God, this, and he knew me. He was like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And I was like, oh my God, that's Hall of Fame Rod Woodson. And KB, you know this, when we were in Houston, I saw Jackie Slater at the NFL where they do all the interviews, where our set was. And he was like, hey, Peanut, hey, let me holler at you. I'm like,
you freaked out. Slater. I mean, you were like, you could tell, like you were.
I was like a kid in the candy, so I was like, Jackie Slater knows my name. How does he know my name? I don't know nobody. That's Hall of Fame Jackie Slater. Willie Rope know my name? Dang. Like, hey, Jordan, when I see them gold jackets, I turn into a little kid, man. I get so nervous.
Yep.
I get so nervous. I can't talk.
Anthony Munoz came and talked to us at training camp one year, and I was like front row. everything he said, like taking notes. Yep. Okay. Try hard. Yep. Got it. His fingers are all jacked up and all the other. Yeah. Oh, I could have listened to him for hours, man. Exactly.
I think that pinky bends a completely different way, right?
Yeah, I don't care. I would have got the pinky. It was awesome, man. Whatever he needed.
Speaking of do you have that guy? Like, was there someone for you like that?
Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see. I think I got the pinky.
Yeah, you got it. Not a Munoz pinky, but close.
Yeah, I get a little some.
That's not bad.
A little pinky action. But Jonathan, was there a guy like that for you when you first got into the NFL that you had that moment?
Yeah, I had a couple of experiences, but the first one was really going to practice and seeing Pep and Smitty. Because really the only time I seen anything Panther related before getting to Carolina, besides obviously seeing a Super Bowl, was seeing Nelly and Puff Daddy at the time wearing Panther jerseys. And lo and behold, it was 89 and 90 that they was wearing. So, on the West Coast, that's kind of like the familiarity that I had with the Panthers. But when I played against the Redskins in preseason, I remember I had a carry, it was like 2 yards or something like that, nothing crazy. And I get up, I hear Jonathan Stewart with the carry, Sean Springs with the tackle. And I was like, whoa, Sean Springs. Because Sean Springs played DB for the Seattle Seahawks when I grew up. And I played in a youth football game at the Kingdom. And he said hi to me, like during the pregame warm-ups and stuff like that. And so it was just one of those moments where it was like, dang, I'm in the NFL and I'm playing against Sean Springs. Man, he is, I don't know how old he is, but he is still out here.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool.
Jake, what was yours?
Just to see that.
For me?
Yeah. Who's your guy?
I think, well, I had a bunch of them. Loved the Brett Favre, loved the Montana. Montana was done by the time I got in the league. Favre. But I'll be honest with you, this is my whole NFL moment. We went on the practice field, and I'm with the Saints, 1997, and watching Willie Roaf do pass sets. Right then and there, I was like, man, guys that big are not supposed to move that fast and be that powerful. And from his knees down to his ankles, it was like that thin. I mean, it was just as thin as could be. And you had just this humongous man. And I just think I was in awe of him. And I've always said for the longest time, and I'm not saying it because Julius is here, there's been three guys that I played with that they were head and shoulders above anybody else. And it was Willie Roaf, Smitty, and Julius. It was those three. And there was never anybody close. But Willie Roaf, just watching him and how massive and how good he was, that was like oh my goodness gracious. This is what the NFL looks like. But he was special.
That's cool. And then to hear like Derrick Brown talking about playing Madden with Pep and Stu. I mean, that's now there's like this whole new generation of those guys who are about to have those moments coming up soon, that's my favorite draft.
You know what else is coming up soon, KB? The final pick, thank God.
That's right. We got the final pick.
I'm about to make this hide-a-bed into a bed. I'm not hiding the bed anymore. I'm just going to sleep.
Well, I got to announce we have the final. We got the final update on the mock draft because there's no way anybody could catch Jake. He had 9. Right now, Jordan, you've got 5, and Jonathan has 3. We'll see who this last pick is.
Oh, no, never mind. I can't get it right.
Oh, everybody perked up talking about
this.
No,
I was hoping I could double up everybody, but no. I have the Chiefs taking Gladney, the defensive back, but he was just taken. Gosh darn it.
Shoot, Jake, I feel bad for you.
Oh, man,
Yeah, you know.
Maybe that's because Stu, we can have a Rubik's Cube, brother.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, but you plagiarized.
That was the one thing.
Wait. So what reminds everybody? What is the
Oh, I'm
prize
sorry.
that Jake
So we got to send Jake a present from our home state.
Give him some honey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, I already promised that to the group. So
Honey and potatoes.
And
potatoes.
Stewie,
I just
like,
planted potatoes. It'll be a while.
Stewie, where's your home state? I mean, or is it
Washington.
North Carolina?
Washington State.
But
He's from T-Town.
I'm from Fort Lewis. I was born in Fort Lewis, Washington.
Yeah, but
Fort
where's
Lewis.
your home now?
Okay.
I live in Charlotte.
Right, you've been there for 10 years, 11, 12 years.
Pep, when you come to the farm? That's what I want to know. Same time. Same trip. Jake comes on, and Stu, and Peanut, and KB, all first timers.
Yeah.
Well, the plan was to go this summer for a little birthday party, but I'm not so sure.
I didn't
what's going
invite these
on.
guys, Jake. Don't bring it up. That's awkward.
Yeah, now he's already had to send us honey.
No,
because
you have to invite all of us and our families.
All right, everybody come.
Yeah,
Jordan, are you watching the draft right now?
I am. Yeah, me and Andy Reid got the same shirt on.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up.
Party shirt.
Somebody's got a blue one on.
If you're a big fat party animal, you wear a Hawaiian shirt. All right, that's all there is to it. Some guys wear tank
Do y'all
tops.
step at the big and out of shape?
If I wear the same size shirt as Andy Reid, you guys aren't going to see me ever again. Okay, that's just going to be the end of things. All
One
right.
of the greatest lines I ever said in the training room one day, we're going to play Buffalo in November of 2005, and Todd Fordham walked in, and Marty was in there. And Marty is not the swiftest of dressers, in case you don't know. And Fordham walked in and said something about clothes, and I said, "Where do you shop? Big and Blind?" And Marty Herney just about lost it. But I said, "Marty, oh, wow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Finally got a running back.
That's
gone.
a good
There you go,
pick.
Stu.
Running back.
Hey, I like that.
That's a pick. I thought the Patriots South. I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will try to get him early tomorrow to pair with Brady. Interesting.
They should have got that one player from UL.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. You don't want him beating your record though, Peanut.
Yeah, we need a
never
first
know.
round
He's got
coming
a
out of
couple-
UL.
There you go. Well, is that the first round? That's
Yeah,
all.
that's it.
First round.
I'll see you guys tomorrow for the second round. No. Oh.
I do, as we start to wrap up, because guys, it's been almost 5 hours. We started at 7:30. I do want to thank our sponsor, Bud Light. We got the Bud Light seltzers. Thank you, Jonathan, for letting me know the good flavors. I do also want to mention something that they're doing, which is really cool. They are letting everyone know which restaurants and bars are open for takeout. So you just go to budlight.com/open for takeout, and you can see which restaurants, bars in your area are open, and that way we can support the local businesses that are still out there doing it. I'm probably gonna go check that out after this, like maybe do a little food and then bed, a little food seltzer bed. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I did just want to mention that because it's really cool what they're doing, trying to help local businesses. And I've now found some new seltzer flavors.
I don't have any seltzers.
I could have sent you some. I think mango is key. I'm trying strawberry right now, but mango is where it's at. Jonathan got us on that early tonight.
Mango seltzers. I got to try it.
The black cherry wasn't bad. I went to that after a couple.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad at all.
Guys, this has been, can you believe we did this for almost 5 hours? Can you believe that Pep and Peanut stayed this whole time?
I appreciate y'all, man. Pep and Peanut.
That's
hey,
what
man, I miss y'all.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Nutty Buddy. Pep.
Hey, I just wanted to, I want to say to all of y'all, man, I should have won the Super Bowl with all of y'all. I followed Deshaun Foster on Instagram, and he posted a couple of days ago, he posted that video, Jake, of you and the offense. in the Super Bowl. I guess it was like 2-3 minutes left in the game when we were down by 7, and y'all got the ball and went down and tied the game up with like a minute left in the game. That was awesome, man. That was awesome. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Stu, that year that you and D'Angelo was running wild, we end up losing to Arizona in the playoffs that year. We probably should have won that year. Y'all had a great season. Peanut, when we should have won it.
Yeah.
We should have won it that year. That was our year to win it, man. So I just want to say thank y'all for having me. I want to thank all of y'all. Kristen, I want to thank you too. It was nice meeting you virtually. So I appreciate all y'all, man. Much love to y'all. I hope to see y'all soon.
Oh, man. Appreciate you, Pep.
I'm gonna get
man.
Appreciate it, Pep.
And I'm a Panthers fan, so this has been a dream come true for me tonight to get to hang out with you. So
you're the man, Pep. You're the man.
I guarantee you, Derrick Brown's never going to forget you welcoming him to the team.
No kidding. Yeah, that was dope, man.
That was.
Cool. All right.
We'll let you go get some sleep.
Answer my text.
All right.